The Debbie Daily Show. 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 The Debbie Daily Show.
Tell you, don't worry about it. It's always great when people are talking about you, because when they're talking about you, they're worried about you.
The Debbie Daily Show. The Debbie Daily
What's
Show.
up? This is the Fat Red Dragon from the 420 Grindhouse, and you're listening to the Debbie Daily Show.
The Debbie Daily Show.
They're so angry at their own sense of lack of accomplishment, and the only thing they can do is blame someone else for it.
The Debbie Daily Show. The Debbie Daily Show. The Debbie Daily Show.
And when they're worried about you, you've got them where you want them.
The Debbie Daily Show. The Debbie Daily Show. The Debbie Daily Show.
I just wanted to see how long y'all would sit there and wait on me to pick up the microphone. So we're going to start a fight tonight, huh? I was writing something on Facebook. All right, there we go. Anyway, I have a new friend on Facebook. She's a weird one, too. Majorly weird. But anyway, I'm Debbie with you here.
Chicken.
On Monday night. Why do I think it's Thursday night? I don't know, Debbie. Why do you think it's Thursday night? I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. Yeah, so here I am. And what we're going to talk about tonight is something that is really, really exciting to me anyway, and that is the recent defeat of none other than Ronda Rousey by Holly Holm in the MMA bout of the century. Now, I've told people before, some people know this, I think I've told Sonny before, I've always been a huge boxing fan. I think it's amazing when two men go into a ring and it's just brute force. I remember growing up with, watching Ali. I remember, there's so many out there to talk about. My biggest, the person I was most amazed at in boxing was Mike Tyson. He was an absolute animal. It's just so bad that he ruined his career with that one bad deal that he did. And I thought he was just, the best thing I'd ever seen in my life. That was when my son had gone into boxing, and it was really funny to watch him. It wasn't funny. It was exciting to watch Stephen progress in boxing. And Ronda Rousey, I always want to say Rousey. Ronda Rousey is from, she's from California. She's tough. She's mean, and she's got a lot of moxie in her. She's got a lot of oomph. She knows she's good. She's undefeated. She was undefeated, and she knows it. She can tell you real quick, I beat everybody I come up against, and I'm not afraid of anybody. Holly Holm, on the other hand, is somewhat of a delicate. She cries a lot. She's very emotional. It's not fake. I can tell it's fake emotion. And she is got the heart of a lion. I have a lot of respect for Holly Holm. I just do. I love these women, and I just think this is just the greatest thing in the world that this has happened. That women have been involved in UMC cage fighting. Now, Holly Holm is mostly known for boxing. She started boxing when she was 16, and then she went into judo. She's great. She throws a long punch, and then she gets back. She's just amazing. I can't tell you everything about her, but she's just amazing. On the opposite side, Ronda Rousey grew up on Muscle Beach in California. She was around the old guys. They were over there. She's got a lot of personality. She's the kind of girl that I walk up and say, yeah, I'm going to beat your ass. In fact, I was going to show you guys just a little bit what happened on the weigh-in. On the weigh-in to the UFC 193, there was all of these different people that are weighing in. We've got the bantamweight, the flyweight, the this weight. When they get down to Ronda, it gets a little interesting when Ronda meets up with Holly, because she goes at her on the stage. Take a listen.
You could beat Holly Holm without using her grappling?
I think I could beat every girl in my division with one hand.
Everything is special about Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey is the greatest athlete I've ever worked with.
Considering the fact that Dana White said that females would never fight in the octagon.
Never.
It's pretty incredible what she's been able to do.
Ronda Rousey is kind of like a female Terminator that, is relentless and feels no mercy, feels no pain, no remorse, no pity.
She's the Michael Jordan of her sport.
I would say Ronda Rousey has definitely rewritten the book on what a fighter looks like.
You don't expect pretty girls to be able to kick butt like that.
She is a beauty, and she can tame the beast.
I don't get ready, I stay ready. I'm the best in the world every single day of the year.
I don't look at Ronda Rousey as a female athlete. I just look at her as one of the best in the business of sports.
What makes me so confident that I can win is I'm the greatest fighter in the world. I truly believe it.
I remember going to the fight, and I was like, I will bet you money that her fight will be short enough to be able to put on Instagram. The guy behind me was like, "Are you joking?" I was like, "Told you."
Let's go. She's got that part of a lion, that desire to do anything to be the best.
You're the champ.
That would be.
Rhonda takes that same mentality to everything that she does, whether that's movies, whether that's writing her book.
She's basically transcended the sport.
She's a beast. Beautiful. And she's a beast. Many men fear Ronda Rousey. Well, then you've got the other side of the coin, which here comes from Albuquerque, New Mexico, a kind of a person that we really didn't know all that much. We didn't know that much about her. And she kind of, well, we did and we didn't. The reason I say that is because she came up in the sport, and Rhonda knew about her, but Rhonda talks a big game and did not really fear her, and her name is Holly Holm.
We're screaming for us to sign Holly Holm to fight Ronda Rousey.
As Ronda Rousey was learning the ways of judo and living in California's famed Muscle Beach, a young Holly Holm was already well on her way to a life of competition. 800 miles to the east and more than 5,000 feet above sea level.
Growing up, I played soccer. I was very competitive with gymnastics. Every summer I was on a competitive swim league here and started getting into kickboxing and doing that my senior year in high school.
I had quite a few different kickboxing martial arts schools back in the day, and Holly walked into one of my classes. She was 16 years old. She just wanted to do some conditioning.
A lot of the aerobics classes would be either before or after a sparring class, so if I got there early, I'd watch the sparring classes. It just looked like a ton of fun.
The first day she sparred, she pretty much got beat up, but she threw back hard. I knew she had something inside her that wanted her to fight. And to this day, Holly's never turned down a fight, and she's willing to go forward and accept any challenge, just like this fight.
And whether her opponent is Ronda Rousey or any of the other 39 women she fought professionally, both Holly and Coach Wink have a steadfast belief in victory.
She's been under the lights, the pressure before. There's holes in Ronda's game.
What's up, Jeff?
Yo, what up? Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Hang on, you there?
I'm right here. What's up?
There you go. Not much. Just leaving work. What's going on?
I'm fixing to talk about Holly Holm and Ronda Rousey with an expert on the sport of MMA, grappling, judo. Things like that.
On the beat down the little witch got.
Yeah, I think we all love when the mighty fall. You know, those people that say,
"Oh, absolutely." I mean,
I'm such a badass. I'm such a badass. You know.
I know.
She got her ass.
She got her ass whipped. But you know, anybody can get beat at any given day.
Well,
Steve Players almost got beat up by the Vagina Giants. Look at our Cowboys; they suck. They're done. They're toast.
You know,
anybody can get beat in
when
any
love the Cowboys
given sport. Anybody get their ass kicked.
I love the Cowboys
So
when they had Troy Aikman and they had the triplets and we were winning every freaking Super Bowl and y'all could kiss our ass.
I know.
And
those
then
the days, but now the imbecile Jerry Jones thinks that he is a general manager, and you know, it is what it is. What
sell the fucking team, Jones. Jesus, get out.
Well, I mean, I've asked this question in my podcast and other podcasts I've gotten hung up on, but I mean, I'll ask you this on this podcast. It's like, what am I going to see first? Jerry Jones obituary or Super Bowl? What comes first?
Yeah, exactly. I think he is not going to quit. He's not going to quit until, and I think the biggest mistake he made was losing Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, I agree. Well, you know what happened? when they were making after their second Super Bowl with him, they were in some meeting or some party, and Jerry Jones wanted to have a toast to him, and Jimmy wouldn't stand up. So
Jerry Jones is Donald fucking Trump. He's going to get us in trouble, but maybe it's not such a bad idea, this position that we're in right now.
Just put Nancy Boy on IR, Nancy Boy Romo, and just tell him to retire like Urban Meyer. Write a check, go get K-Man from the Fortune Cookies, and be done with it.
Thank you. Ron, are we going to realize you've made a bad decision? I mean, it's just not working.
Just retire, be done with it, bitch, please.
You know something, I think Troy Aikman retired too early. Just saying.
Well, he couldn't think straight. That's why. I mean, he I know he did, but Emmett, he got traded. Well, he left. People do leave, and I like Nancy Boy, but end of the day, it's like you got to move on. People do get fired. People do leave companies, and your laundry basket changes. People all the time. My Blackhawks, my Pistons Blackhawks. The Candyman will move on. Old Capitan. Look at the New York Yen. Their captain. He moved on. I mean, it's just the way it goes in sports. You rotate like you rotate bras. It's just the way it goes.
Bras. Well, Jerry Jones lives down the street from my in-laws, and he lives in a mansion. And I think that he's just got so much pride that he is not going to go out on a losing streak. He's not going to do it. He's going to go out winning. He wants to take a time.
Well,
it's not going to happen.
We need to read an obituary first, Debbie, before we go anywhere. After this, we're done. I was listening to Four Letter Curse and other podcasts today, and blog douche radio, and it's just they're like the Cowboys are toast. I mean, even the little bitch boy was trying to tell news guy that the Cowboys are still in it. Really, I'll blow him if that happens. I choke on small bones. That's not going to happen. Cowboys were done week 7, Debbie.
I choke on small bones.
And we got embarrassed by the food stealer.
I choke on small bones. That's horrible. Oh, that's horrible. What do you think about that one chimping Jew?
Oh, the one angry Jew?
The one chimping Jew.
You talk about the one angry Jew?
Yes.
Oh, the chimping Jew, yeah. Well, he told me on my podcast, it's the main show on my Capital podcast. I have other people doing shows now. I might do a Thanksgiving show, but he told me he called in, and he told me he would never call your show again. This was, I said, really? I told Chris Ransom never call his show. I hung up on him. I never called back. I keep my promises. He just does that, and then he'll come calling back. Don't worry about it. He'll come back. Because the more I bitch about him and talk about him, and news guy will replay this conversation between me and you on his podcast, he'll come back. He'll come crawl back, and he claims he swears on his child's grave. How do we know he has a child? Come on. It's just.
Well, I got a little surprise. I got a little surprise for him.
He's a troll and a liar.
I have a little surprise. I have a little surprise for him. He's not welcome back in this podcast ever. I think he showed his true self. And when somebody. Now, Mr. Midnight Movie and Jewish Producer, that's a complete different story. I mean, I talked to Mr. Midnight Movie today for a long time, and we were cracking up laughing.
Right.
But this Jew, he has turned vicious. And I mean,
of course he is.
I never saw a side like that.
He's in attack mode. Debbie. He's part of the Sky Baffles. The guy has really no show. I mean, and I don't want to rip on your boys, Mr. Midnight Movies and Jewish Producer. I mean, I got a podcast. I try to do as much as I can in sports, and I can actually do a couple of podcasts next Saturday. But if I get a chance, a Black Friday post, whatever. But Jew has no show. If he's not on my show or your show or Guy Shea, he has no show. And Midnight Movies and Jewish Producer, no one listens there, for no one cares until they come on your show. I come on your show to either be compassionate or be controlling or a conviction, whatever it may be. But that's just the Jew. He only goes on. He's just like news guy.
Calpo,
he only goes on shows. He only goes on shows that he feels protected, that he's not going to get ripped into. And that's the news guy.
Do you think I can be
same way?
Calpo.
He's the same way news guy is.
Do you think I can be controlled?
Well, I think we all be. You're a woman, of course you can. It is what it is, Debbie. It is what it is.
Who do you think can control me? Anybody on Spreaker or my husband?
I'm sorry, what, hon?
Do you think anybody on Spreaker can control me, or my husband can? My husband.
Can control you?
Yes.
I don't think so. I mean, you better be your own woman. Exactly. I mean, you've been podcasting longer than I have. I mean, you better. I mean, it's your show. I mean, I don't hang up at anybody. And I don't believe these shows. That's fine if you want to do that. But I mean, I've gone around with the One Angry Jew, and news guys too chicken to call my show because he knows I'll take him down, just like with Shillbilly took him down. That was a hilarious. He took him down, and then when Bath Tube Girl, the gonorrhea took him down, and you can only get controlled if you want to get controlled, Debbie. It's just like brainwashing.
Uh-oh,
you got a weak mind, you're going to get brainwashed, right?
I've got my guest is calling in. I got to let you go.
Later.
All right, call in next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, let's get this party started. Let's get this party started. Hello, Derek. Derek? Why does this always happen to me? Why does Derek always hang up accidentally? Because he's Turk or Dirter. Oh, my God. Let's call this weirdo back. This is a night to be listened to. We're going to talk about some badass women. My kind of freaking women. Woo!
Hello?
Hello. Let's talk about some badass women.
Yeah, sure. Are we on the show yet?
Yes, we're on the show yet.
I'm pumping up my phone. I'm pumping up my tire right now, but...
We'll pump up your tire and then call me back. I can monologue.
All
right. He's pumping up that tire, boys. These women are phenomenal. I mean, they are machines. There are men that fear these women. I'm going to continue with what I was playing until Doodlebug calls back in.
Cage door's going to close, and people will find out.
Let them feel their false security and what they have planned. I'm just going to go and do what I'm best at. I want to win.
Oh, no, you're not. Big talking lady person, mean man. So let's go and see what happened at the weigh-in back at the ranch. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, now there's some other badasses in the in the UFC that are women too. There's some badasses, but let's take a listen to what happened at the weigh-in. That's where it got kind of wanky twanky. What did I do with the weigh-in? I had it here somewhere. Okay, so look, I'm still a rock star. The thing about Ronda Rousey is she just she had new money as far as winning goes. She had some new money there. Now here goes the weigh-in, and they both weighed in at 134, and then this happens. There's a little scuffly papalaroozy on the stage here. She walked up to Home, who was standing there, and she just gets right up in her face with her fist, like, I'm gonna kill you. And Home puts her fist up and accidentally touches her on her face, and she goes after her and attacks her. Of course, there's men all around the stage, huge men, and they broke it up. But
all right, I'm here with the challenger, Holly Holm. Holly, that was very intense. What exactly was all that about?
I don't know. I was just having a drink,
This is a huge fight for you, one of the most important fights in the history of this division. So give us your thoughts on Ronda as a champion and what tomorrow night means to you.
Well, I'm here, and that's right. I am here to shock the world. But, I know that I have my hands full with Ronda. I have all the respect for her in the world. She's done a hard job there. She's, ran through everybody, but I'm a different fighter.
Good luck to you, ma'am. Can't wait to watch. Holly Holm, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with the champion, Ronda Rousey. Ronda, that was particularly intense. There's a lot of animosity. What is that all about?
I just wanted to get in her face and show her that I was there for a reason. She's the one that put the fist on my face. I didn't touch her. She's the one that touched me, and I told her that fake sweet act I see right through it. I really do. It was all fake. All until now. All that respect, all that everything, all you being sweet. I see right now that it's fake, and you're going to get it on Sunday. You're not the first person that thought that you had the perfect plan to beat me. It's not the first time your camp thought that they had the perfect plan to beat me. I'm going to show you on Sunday why I'm the champ.
Good luck to you, man. The champ.
Irmagerd. Well, guess how that went for you, dude. The Rock'em Sock'em Robot knocked your block off. So now you're not so hippity-hoppity, hippity-hop-hop-hop-hop, are you? You're not all talking all big now. I always say to my kids or to Victor, you're all big today. What's got you all big? You know, and I just think it's funny that the mighty fell. And I think it's also funny and very sad that she said, all that emotional stuff is just fake. You know, somebody once said that to me and still says that to me, an idiot that we all know of. And I beg to differ. And in fact, I talked to Mr. Midnight Fluvies about that today. I said, let me tell you something, bitch. If you hear me cry on this podcast, it's about as real as you can get. And I said, because I know when women are fake crying. Here's how a woman that fake cries sounds. Well, I just, I don't know what happened. I went into the ring and I got my ass kicked, and that's fake. You're making your voice do this, you know? Here's how a woman sounds when they're really crying. When a woman's really crying, she's trying to fight it back. And the way I sound, I go like, Mr. Midnight Movie. I'm like holding it. You'll hear them go like that with their breath because they're trying to hold it back. And the other girls are trying to push it out. They're like, well, I just don't know what I'm going to do because you know, they're just fake. Let me show you what. I mean, I promise you, if I was in this league, this would be me.
The new bantamweight champion, Holly Holm. Now, Holly, I know, first and foremost, congratulations to you. I know you had so much belief in yourself, but how does it feel to hear "and new" and then hear your own name?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know what it feels like. I think it's going to have to set in, you know. I'll probably have a couple sleepless nights replaying everything that happened. I'm so happy right now. I just feel so blessed.
Holly, congratulations. It could not have happened to a sweeter person and more deserving. Holly, how does it feel knowing that when you're walking out to the octagon,
so sweet. Thank you.
And no one believes except for you and those 4 people walking to the octagon, how good does it feel to go back to your coaches and say, we did it?
Oh my gosh, it's
she's saying, "Oh my God."
You know, there's so much hard work and all the time in the gym and just so much belief, and their belief in me makes me want to do it for them. And I just I can't even explain how blessed I am and how fortunate that I have such a great team that believes in me. And you know, just walking out there, it's us anyway. We're the ones doing it. I'm the one that has to fight, and they're the ones that are giving me the advice. And that's what it comes down to. It doesn't matter what odds are on paper, or what's happened before, or, you know, it matters what happens that moment. There's a lot of times in practice. There's times before and after the fight. And when I get out there, I just think, you know what? The time's right now. You got to make it happen right now.
And she has tears running down her face as she's saying that. And she's fighting back the tears. And for this girl to come up and go, well, all this little emotion is fake. See what I mean? How women are? They're just ridiculous. It's so sad. It's really weird. We'll be right back. See if we can get Derek on the line. And I'm back. I just talked to Derek, and he will be on shortly. He's on his way home. He said he was 3 miles from his home. He's having a bad day, to be honest with you, but he wants to talk, and I want to hear his opinion because he might not be cleared to fight again in MMA, and he knows a lot about this stuff that I don't know anything about. I mean, he can talk about the stuff and I want to know what really happened in this deal. All right, so we're here. We're clear. Get used to it. And this goes out to my special friend out there, and you know who you are. I'll be right back, everybody.
It'd be a lie to say I'm not gonna miss you, so please don't say goodbye now till I've kissed you one more time and held you as I did when you were mine. It'd be a lie to say I don't still love you. I won't be thinking of you, girl. I'll never try to call you one more time or try to find a way to change your mind. You don't love me anymore. Oh baby, you don't love me anymore. Baby, please forgive me, but the wine's gone to my head, and tomorrow I'll remember how you turned to me and said, it'd be a lie to say that I still love you, that I'll be thinking of you, boy. I'll drive by to say hello sometime. Oh, but now you're gone, and all I have are 5 words on my mind. You don't love me anymore. Oh, baby, you don't love me anymore. Baby, please forgive me, but the wine's gone to my head, and tomorrow I'll remember how you turned to me and said, ooh, you don't love me anymore. Oh baby, you don't love me anymore. I'll have to face it, you don't love me anymore. Oh baby, you don't love me anymore. Oh, it hurts so bad, but you don't love me anymore. Oh baby, you don't love me anymore. My tears are falling 'cause you don't love me anymore.
Crap, I'm not through. What I need to do is I need to get Victor's dinner, like, in a plate and everything and put it in the oven. It's done and all. It's been done for a long time, but it's not really ready for him to chow down on. So I'm almost done. And I was feeding Gunner. And so give me one more second. I'm sorry. I have it on the loudspeakers over here, everybody. So let me play one more. There's another nice one that I loaded today. Let's play this one too. I'll be right back. I promise I'm here, and I promise this is going to happen. I'll be right open. All right, I'll be right back. Hang on. Did you hear the microwave?
I'm so glad that I met you, baby. And And I'm so proud when we walk down the street. And I know it's crazy to worry like I do, but I get this feeling that I'm losing you. I get these suspicions, even though I know that you love me, baby, and I really shouldn't feel this way. Suspicion, I can't help it, you're just so good looking. I'm afraid somebody's gonna steal you away from me. When I go out to a party with you, you always turn every head in the room. And I just know what's on every man's mind. I try to fight it, but it gets me sometimes. I get these suspicions, even though I know that you love me, baby, and I really shouldn't feel this way. Suspicion, I can't help it, you're just so good looking. I'm afraid somebody's gonna steal you away from me. When I'm with you, I feel so satisfied. The way you touch me when you lay by my side, and that look you get in your eyes when you lie, it makes me hate myself for what I'm thinking of. I get these suspicions, even though I know that you love me, baby, and I really shouldn't feel this way. Suspicions, I can't help it, you're just so good looking. I'm afraid somebody's gonna steal you away from me. Suspicions, even though I know that you love me, baby, and I really shouldn't feel this way. Suspicions, I can't help it, you're just so good. I'm afraid somebody's gonna steal you away from me. Suspicions, even though I know that you love me, and I really shouldn't feel this way.
I'm back. I'm sorry. What a deal. Here he comes. Derek?
Yeah, I've been trying to get on the show now. I'm home.
Oh, I had to go downstairs and get Victor's dinner ready for him. I mean, it's ready. I just wanted to put it in a plate and get it all ready for him and put it in the microwave, in the oven for him.
Right. Right.
So that when he gets home, he can eat dinner.
Huh?
So when he gets home, he can have his dinner ready for him.
Oh, sure. Yeah, for sure.
So you need to not be depressed. I'm intuitive.
I'm not depressed. I'm happy.
I am very intuitive, and there is nothing that's going to happen to you.
I'm always happy.
I don't want you to be sad.
I'm always happy. I'm always happy. No matter what's going on, I'm always happy.
Well,
because I know myself better than anyone. So, I'm always happy. I'm ready to go on the show. I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to be a part of the show. We're going to have a banging show tonight.
Why did the doctor tell you you might not play MMA again? I mean, what's going on?
Well, he don't want me to do MMA no more. I have so many concussions.
Don't you know how to protect your head?
I mean, in this sport, it doesn't matter.
Oh, I know. 'Cause I've been watching so much MMA.
You can protect your head, but you're still going to fight guys that's going to hit your head. And because they got 4-ounce gloves on, or 3.5-ounce gloves professionally, 4-ounce gloves amateur. Because you got 3.5-ounce gloves on, like it's nothing more than just wrapping your hand, putting a little bitty pad over it, and they're hitting you. I mean, I've been known for not being the greatest boxer in the world, and relying on taking guys to the ground like Ronda Rousey. Fortunately, I'm able to get guys to the ground. She's not, but she's fighting world-class competition, and I'm not. But elbows to the head, kicks to the head. Plus, I was a wrestler and a football player since 4th grade. I've gotten so many concussions just in elementary, middle, and high school, and through college, and then after college, So he don't want me to do it. He's not going to clear me, but we'll get another doctor that will, and the promotion will pay the doctor off, and that's how it works. But makes me think of retirement. It definitely does. Makes me think of retirement and maybe go into like a podcast about MMA or something. I've thought about that because I don't want to, shake like Muhammad Ali for the rest of my life. And apparently I'm on that road if I keep going.
You don't want to be like,
so,
hello,
we'll see, but it's a lot to take in just one day. I have to think more than one day about it,
My name is Derek. I used to fight the MMA. I'm thinking,
yeah.
What a drag.
That. Not at all.
Were you hungover the other day?
No, not really. No.
You were wasted.
I was pretty drunk. Man.
And you drunk
I was with a buddy
me.
and was at a place, and
you drunk out
like
me.
It was like his birthday, and like he's an older man, and
it was great. It was.
He
funny.
doesn't have a lot of money, and I just kind of threw him a birthday party, and we went to the bar and shit and played pool, and I had fun. He had fun, so I felt good about it. He's like 50-something.
Okay, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Would you fight Ronda Rousey in the octagon?
I would never fight a woman because I was raised better than that. I was raised not to hit a woman. I don't care how tough she is. Like, she would ragdoll me, but I wouldn't hit her back. I think the minute that the sport ever starts putting men against women, that's the day we go back to being illegal. It was illegal for a long time, MMA was. When Dana White bought the company, it was illegal in like 35 states. It's still illegal in New York. Why don't you think the UFC's ever sold out Madison Square Garden? Because it's illegal in New York.
Okay, second question. Did Dana White sign Holly Holm just to kick the ass of Ronda Rousey?
No, he actually would want Ronda Rousey to win because Ronda Rousey sells more tickets than anyone. Holly Holm is an interesting fighter that, was a professional boxer, won over 45 fights in professional boxing, and she went on to kickboxing. She's a world champion boxer. She's a world champion kickboxer, and she's 10-0 in MMA competition. Plus, she's beat 3 girls in the top 10 in the UFC. So the fight made sense to book that fight. And they were in Australia at a soccer stadium. They sold more tickets than they ever have. They've sold more pay-per-views Saturday night than they ever have. Honestly, I think he picked Holly Holm because it made sense it really did make sense to the fans. Like, everybody wanted Miesha Tate to fight Ronda Rousey. Like, if you look at the fans wanted Miesha Tate to get a third match with Ronda Rousey. Now, Miesha Tate's been beat twice by Ronda Rousey, once in the first round, once in the third. And, Miesha has earned her right to be up there in the talk. She's won like 4 fights in a row. She's a very competitive girl. She's a really good girl. She's just in the wrong weight class. Now, whenever he picked Holly Holm, all the fans said, "Oh my God, Dana White screwing Miesha Tate out of the championship fight. Holly Holm's going to get destroyed." And I was like, no, Holly Holm's going to really be a hard competitor because she's in all her MMA fights. She's been a points fighter. She's been kicking, punching, and running. She's been, I'll hit you and then run like Mayweather. Then I'll kick you, get out of the way. Punch you, get out of the way. I'm not worried about the knockout. I'm just going to hit, run, and get the win, right? So everybody's like, well, Ronda's going to manhandle her. Ronda's going to throw her ass down armbar. Well, in the fight, Holly, she come out point fighting, but Ronda is I have to give this to Ronda. She's a very good fighter. She's the best woman we ever seen besides Holly. And she come running for 2 rounds. She ran at Holly Holm. Holly couldn't run. Holly had to hit and run, but as soon as she tried to run, here comes Ronda right at her. So hit her again. Ronda got outclassed, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't blame that on Ronda Rousey. I really don't. Are we on air?
Yeah, we're listening to you.
Yeah, I don't blame that on Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey did exactly what her coach, Edmund, I can't pronounce his last name, Edmund Tarvosa, he's an Armenian. He's a world-class guy as well. I really have the utmost respect for Ronda and her trainer. But they had a terrible game plan coming into the fight. And whenever, Edmund said, hey, after the first round, Edmund, they put the fucking microphone in the corner, and he said, great round, champ. And I'm thinking, what do you mean great round, coach? I'm thinking she just got fucked up. Her nose is probably broke. Her lip is just a mess. She's bleeding. She didn't hit Holly with shit. Holly just kept her distance and just outboxed her.
I think that Ronda Rousey went in there so full of herself, she thought, I'm going to take this bitch down.
Yeah, well, and I think Ronda went in there. She's like, I'm going to do what nobody thinks I can do, and that is stand up and beat Holly Holm in her own game. Ronda's confident, and her coach is that confident because he's a world-class boxing trainer. Like, he's trained WBC world champions, world boxing. He's trained world champions. Yeah,
but Derek, pride always comes before a fall. Do you believe that?
I absolutely do, and I believe that sometimes you believe in yourself a little too much, and you're not thinking smart and logical. Holly Holm had the perfect game plan. Her game plan was to keep her distance, and she knew that Ronda was going to stay in her face because Ronda's never went like 5 rounds. So she knew Ronda was going to come at her, and she just said, okay, I'm going to outbox her, then kick, outbox her. I'm going to outstrike her, basically. And even when Ronda now, first of all, I have to give most of the credit to Holly Holm for performing in that kind of environment against the greatest fighter in the world, according to the UFC. They hype her up, the greatest ever. It's a lot of pressure on Holly Holm, who no one really knows. And, she goes in there. She's completely fucking focused. When I saw Holly an hour before the fight, I was like, God, this girl's going to win this fight. Like, I picked Holly. I betted on Holly and won.
God, I wish I would have. What were the odds? What were the odds in Vegas?
I put it like this. I bet $4,000 and won $16,000 profit.
Why don't you kiss my ass real quick? Why didn't you call me and say you need to put money on? What were the odds? I mean, seriously, what were the odds on Holly Holmes winning?
Well, they differed every hour, but they were like, like negative 4,000.
What? Are you serious?
Like, you bet Like,
was it 30-1, 40-1, 50-1, 20-1?
Well, I bet money line. I didn't bet like, that kind of line. I bet money lines, And money line is basically, if you're a plus 100, you got to bet 100 to win your money back and then another 100. If you bet $100 on Holly Holm, you would have won like $2,000.
Damn it.
Like, But she was a big favorite, I know that.
But do you see Ronda Rousey as a bully almost to all these women?
Well, this is how I look at it. Well, first of all, let me get back to what I was explaining. I think that I don't blame Ronda. She really feels like she's the baddest bitch on the planet. She has the right to feel that. She was coming into the fight for sure. No woman in that weight class will touch her. This was number 7 in the world. We're talking about Holly Holm, but this is Holly Holm. She's a different breed. She's a woman that is a fucking multi-time boxing world champion, kickboxing world champion. You know why she left boxing and kickboxing? To climb a new mountain, because she is like the Floyd Mayweather of boxing in women's division. She come to MMA, and she's not new to the sport, people. She's won 10 professional fights, and 3 of them were against UFC veterans. Okay? She's won fights, but she did it by point style, and people don't like that. People love to see Ronda throw bitches down an armbar. Yeah, woo! But let's give the credit here to Holly Holm's training staff. I mean, she trains with John fucking Jones, who's the greatest.
He's the greatest trainer. He's the greatest trainer in the world. Absolutely.
Well, he's not even a trainer. He's a sparring partner. John Jones is her sparring partner. John Winklejohn, or Mike Winklejohn, and Greg Jackson is her trainers, and they train more UFC champions than any other team. They train out in Albuquerque, New Mexico, at Greg Jackson's gym. That's the best gym in the world. They fucking run mountains in the desert, okay? They're the real deal. And I wouldn't just say this because they run mountains in the desert. They have produced more world champions than any other gym in the fucking world in UFC or in any MMA promotion. And Holly Holm come into this fight, she had no pressure. She had none whatsoever. If she lost, what did she really lose? Nothing. Because she's supposed to lose. Ronda had the pressure. Ronda Rousey tried to get in her head at the weigh-ins. It didn't work. Holly came out and said, basically, implemented her game style, said, I'm going to stay away. I'm going to outstrike her. Now, Ronda did.
Ronda was scared. I think that Holly was scared. I honestly think Holly was in fear.
Well, just like Holly said, if you're not scared of stepping in the ring with the greatest woman in the world, you're not human. Of course she was scared. But Ronda was scared too. Every fighter, listen, I've done this before at a professional level. When you walk out in front of thousands of people, you're scared, whether you want to admit it or not. If you're not scared, you shouldn't be doing this. I don't want to lose. Ronda don't want to lose. No one wants to lose, and you're scared of defeat, and you're scared when you walk out there. But the moment you get in there, something changes in you. That animalistic, primal behavior comes out. And, Holly was so focused, and she was scared to death. I definitely agree. But so was Ronda. It's not like Ronda wasn't scared, and Ronda can go in there any time and not be scared. No, they're both scared. They're both human beings. But Ronda come out, and I blame Ronda's coach for this more than Ronda. He told her after round 1, great job, even though you got your ass beat. Like, he didn't say that, but she got her ass whooped, and he said, great job, champ, you won that round. I'm thinking, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. And, even today he said that Ronda didn't lose the stand-up fight. And I'm thinking, well, what? She needs to fire her coach and get a new one.
She knocked her fucking block. I don't like her coach. I like Coach Wink. I like him. I think he's dedicated.
Yeah, John's a great coach.
I think
Edmund's a great boxing coach. He just had a bad game plan. I think they got overconfident, what I usually think. But I want to get to this. Ronda tried to take Holly down. The wrestling coach, Greg Jackson, worked, because how does Ronda take people down. She doesn't shoot double legs like traditional wrestlers. She doesn't shoot single legs. She locks you up in the clinch and judo throws you. Because she's a bronze medalist.
That's what she does. She can take you down. She can take you down.
Well, she can take you down, but only from one way.
And then she holds you there until you cry uncle.
Well, no, she doesn't hold you there. She takes you down, and then she proceeds to beat your ass and armbar you.
She does a ground and pound on you.
Well, she arm bars you.
Right, she arm bars. Right, I know that term.
She works with Nick Diaz in jiu-jitsu, who's one of the best in the world.
But the other girl...
But Greg Jackson is really good at clinch work, hence John Jones, who's the greatest fighter we have right now. So Ronda actually got in twice. She tried to throw Holly Holm over her hip. Holly did the number one thing you're supposed to do. As soon as you get clinched, if you don't want taken down, lock your hands around her waist and stiffen your back and basically poke your hips straight out. And Ronda tried to throw her. Holly poked her hips straight out, tightened her back up, lifted Ronda up, and actually slammed Ronda Rousey down. As soon as she took Ronda down, I'm like, she has to get up. What does Holly do? She punches her once in the face, stands up, and walks away and makes Ronda stand up and fight the fight that she wanted to fight. Now, this necessarily is not a big loss for the UFC. This is actually good because this is history. UFC 200, 7 pay-per-views away. We will see a rematch. Dana White's already said Ronda Rousey will get a rematch at UFC 200 after she films her movie Roadhouse remake, and she will face Holly Holm again in Vegas.
And all that time, Holly's going to be training.
And that's where we're at. I mean, Holly's going to be... They were in Australia for this fight. Holly's going to be training and doing the same thing, probably fixing a couple things because, Greg Jackson's a great place to train. Ronda's got to think, I can't stand up with her. And Ronda... There's no doubt in my mind Ronda can win the rematch. No doubt. Ronda has. You sound like a
big Ronda fan.
No, I'm not at all. I don't like Ronda at all. I'm just being real about it. For me to say Ronda can't win, that's not being real. Ronda can win if she gets the fight to the ground, but she has to look at other alternatives than standing and chasing her.
Yep.
She has to back off a little bit and do things better. And I'm not a Ronda Rousey fan at all, but I'm going to be real about my take on it. And my take is that Holly Holm beat her ass standing up, and Ronda should never try that again. In the second fight, if Ronda tries to stand up and fucking slug it out with her, she's going to get the same thing. If Ronda maybe backs off and tries double legs and single legs instead of clinching and trying to judo throw her, we might see a more interesting fight. But once again, I think Holly's the greater fighter. I don't think Ronda would beat her in 3 fights. I think Ronda's met her match. She has no respect for her opponent. She wouldn't shake Holly's hand before or after. She wouldn't shake Misha's hand before or after. And she talks shit about my favorite fighter of all time, Anderson Silva. And she said she could ragdoll Floyd Mayweather, who's my favorite boxer, which is just unbelievably inaccurate. I'm not a big Ronda fan because she's disrespectful, but she has, at the same time, I have to give her thumbs up. She's done more for the women. If there was no Ronda Rousey, there would be no women mixed martial arts in the UFC. Dana White, has already said, if it wasn't for Ronda Rousey sitting me down and making me believe that women know how to fight in mixed martial arts, a year before Ronda Rousey, he said there'll never be women fighting in the cage in the UFC. He just thought it was just crazy. So I
have to correct you on something. When this fight started, Holly was ranked number 11.
Well, coming into the fight, Holly was number 7 in the world.
Oh, okay.
On UFC rankings.
These women they have epitomized the woman of the millennium. They're tough. They don't take shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And they also tell other women, you don't have to be a stick figure and cute and pretty and just settle for less. You can be a tough girl, you can be a fit girl, and you can punch people in the face and still be pretty.
Yes, you can be
Both
sexy.
of these
You can
girls
still
are
be...
incredibly gorgeous women, and they have done something, both of these girls have done something historic. They have sold more tickets and more pay-per-views than any man has ever done in the UFC since
It was enormous.
1992.
It was enormous, guys. Okay, Cyborg.
There was 160,000 people in the Australian soccer stadium.
Yes.
You know, that's ridiculous.
That was a lot of people.
But we have to thank, I'm not a Ronda fan, but we have to thank Ronda Rousey for putting women on the map. And Holly even said it's an honor to fight Ronda Rousey because I wouldn't be here if it was for Ronda.
That's what
So I
she
have to
said
give
in the
Ronda
weigh-in.
mad
But
respect.
I thought what Ronda
respect
said.
Ronda.
I thought what Ronda said on the weigh-in was very low class, and it was very uncalled for.
Well, you
know?
have to look at it like this. It's the weigh-in, and you're going to say shit to sell a fight to try to get in your opponent's head. And, you know, I've been at weigh-ins, and I've picked at people before, and people's picked at me before. You know,
They almost locked up on the weigh-in, guys.
I went low. Like, I went lower than Ronda Rousey, you know. I wrote a letter and handed it to my opponent's wife, and she opened the letter, and it said, I'm going to cut your husband's head off. And then I choked him out because I got in his head. Like, at that moment, you do whatever you can to get in your opponent's head. And that's just selling the fight. Look at Floyd Mayweather. You know, he sells fights better than anyone in the history of any combat sport. $600 million a fight with Pacquiao. Embarrassing. You know, so I at weigh-ins, I enjoy it, but I don't hold shit against either one of them if they go primal. Ronda really wanted to get in Holly's head, so she said, you know, all that. She said, that fake sweet act, I'm going to show you why I'm the champ. I see right through that. But obviously it didn't get in Holly's head, and Holly just performed a better game plan. And I honestly think it's because Holly has the better trainers to tell her, don't play into this Ronda Rousey stuff. Here's how to avoid her judo throw, outbox her. We have said, fans around the world of MMA, real hardcore MMA fans, have said Ronda Rousey, the first time she faces a good striker, she will lose. She faced her first good striker, and she got embarrassed. Now, Ronda will be back, and I suspect she will be back because Ronda's a competitor, dude. She is. She will be back. She won't just stand there and try to run at her and strike with her. She'll be more patient. She'll try to take her down with other ways, and it'll be a more interesting fight. And guess what? It'll sell more tickets than this one did.
Okay, who do you think Holly's going to fight next? Do you think, what about the Cyborg? Has she fought Cyborg yet?
No, Cyborg has an issue with the UFC. They want Cyborg has been busted multiple times for steroids. And she's 145 pounds, but the UFC says, hey, Ronda, you know, at the time when they talk about Ronda's the champion of the world. You have to meet her requirements. You have to come down to 135 pounds to fight the champion. Why should Ronda have to go up to 145? You should have to come down because you're fighting the champion. No one would have knew Cyborg's name if it wasn't for Ronda Rousey. Now, here's another thing. Cyborg and Ronda isn't as interesting now. Holly and Cyborg is very interesting. Here's another thing, though. Cyborg doesn't want to go down to 135. So, we're stuck at Cyborg at 145 taking testosterone. Tell her to drop the testosterone, meet the UFC requirements, meet the Olympic drug testing requirements. She's been busted on steroids before. I love her. I love her to death. She's a great fighter, but all you got to do is drop 10 pounds, and I used to do that. I used to do that every fucking week. I used to wrestle at 126, but I'd walk around at 140, and I'd drop 14 pounds in 5 days. She can do it. All she has to do is just get off the testosterone. It would be a great fight. I think she would kill Ronda Rousey. I think Holly would be a great fight because I think Holly would point fight her and beat her. Because I think Holly is the better boxer, and Holly's more patient. See, Cyborg and Ronda like to get in there and knock people out in one round. The only reason Ronda got knocked out was because Ronda kept running at her, and Holly was just countering. She was counterpunching and beat her ass. If Ronda was more patient, it would have been a longer fight. And, I still want to see the Ronda Cyborg fight, but it's not as interesting anymore. If Cyborg lost a lot of money by Ronda losing. She lost the biggest payday she'll ever get. Because she should have she was offered to fight before Holly, and she said, no, I cannot make 135 pounds. Well, why do you want to fight Ronda Rousey if you can't make 135 pounds? Like, you have to do that, And I don't want Holly to have to go up to 145. But look, the champion should never have to go and meet the challenger's needs. When Floyd Mayweather fought Oscar De La Hoya, Oscar wanted to fight at 152 pounds, but Floyd was walking around at like 139. But Oscar was the champion. So Floyd said, okay, we'll fight at that weight. And Floyd beat him. And when Floyd beat Oscar, he took over the face of boxing. So then from that point on, Floyd said, now I went and I beat the face of boxing, and I went to his weight class, and I did everything he wanted me to do. Now you suckers have to do what I want you to do. Same thing. Ronda took over, the women's MMA, and she's the first UFC women's champion ever. And Cyborg should have to come to her and pass an Olympic drug test, And I think if she does that, she will beat Ronda Rousey. But I think that matchup is less interesting because now we look at Holly, and Holly's, it's guaranteed. Dana's already said at the press conference, Ronda Rousey was the champion. She was unbeatable. She was undefeated. She definitely deserves that rematch. And Holly Holm even said she definitely deserves that rematch because Holly wants to give that rematch to her because Holly wants to prove that she can beat her again. To be a true champion, it's easy. It's easier to beat the champion, but it's harder to defend the It's hard to beat the champion, but it's harder to defend your title. And she'll have to defend her title against Ronda Rousey at the memorable UFC 200 event. Yeah, that's pretty much guaranteed. After that, whatever happens, we'll mix Cyborg back in. If Cyborg really wants to be a part of the UFC, she's got to go down to 135 because there's no 145-pound weight class for her in the UFC.
All right. So my next question would be, who do you think is going to fight? Who do you think Holly will fight next? Will it be Ronda Rousey? Will she fight somebody before that, over the holidays?
No, it's guaranteed. We're at UFC 193, and it's pretty much in the books. Guaranteed Holly will fight Ronda Rousey at UFC 200, which will outsell UFC 193. Be the biggest event ever.
Do you think that Ronda Rousey, Rowdy Rousey, is going to be saying that, oh, she just caught me on a bad night?
No, I hope not.
Has she spoke at all since this defeat?
Yeah, she has spoke, and she said, thank you for the people that came out to support me. Thank you for having health concerns, but I'm okay. I'm going to take some time off to finish filming my Roadhouse remake, but I will be back. And Dana White, the owner, said that, Ronda Rousey's fought 3 times in 90 days, so she definitely deserves a break. She'll be back. She'll be back at UFC 200, because this the 200th event. They're going to make it the biggest ever. It's going to be a huge event. And she'll be back, and she will face Holly Holm. Holly or Ronda, neither one will fight until UFC 200.
You don't think?
Well, no, Dana's already said that at the press conference.
Oh, I didn't hear that, I guess. Do you know Joe Rogan, right?
Oh, yeah, I listened to his podcast.
He
was shocked. He was really shocked.
He said that Ronda Rousey was going to kill Holly.
Yeah, he's a big Ronda Rousey clit sucker, and he always has been. He buys into the hype, and Ronda bought into her own hype and didn't. She looked past Holly Holm, and that's the fact of it. She had a bad game plan. And after the fight, Joe Rogan recorded himself. He was shocked, and he said it was bigger. And I disagree with him, but he says it was bigger than Buster Douglas knocking out Mike Tyson. It's the biggest upset in combat sports history. I disagree. I think Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson was the biggest upset, but this is second.
But in boxing and in MMA, you're going to have a bad day. Like, I woke up on my daughter's birthday feeling like crap. And I thought, what a day to feel like crap, because we had all these plans. And you can't plan how you're going to feel no matter how many supplements you take or how much.
Well, I think Ronda felt good coming into the fight. She looked good. Her warm up looked good. Everything looked good.
Well, that wasn't my question. My question was, when it comes to doing something,
she just came into it. She just came with a bad game plan.
I know
that was her coach's fault.
I know, but I want to know something. I want to pick your brain for a second. If you've only got one shot, you got one fight. You don't get to. It's not like it's a round robin, whatever. What if you're having a bad day? What if you had a fight? What if something happened and you're just having an off day? Now, women, this is a lot to do with it because we are so hormonal, all of us.
Yeah.
And hormones play such a critical role. And I'm not talking about just that time, but I'm just saying, no matter what, I mean,
emotional.
Yes, well, but it comes from having so many hormones. I mean, we have 67 hormones flowing around us all the time, and y'all have testosterone, and that's it. I mean, and those hormones make us like, sometimes. And I just think it would be weird. I don't know. It just seems to me that would be the weird part to me. I guess would be.
Well,
because some days you feel great, Some days you feel great.
I'm gonna judge this off what Holly Holm has said. She made this reference after the fight in a post-fight interview with Fox. She said there wasn't a day that went by that I didn't cry leading up to this fight. I was scared to death to fight Ronda Rousey. I was scared of failure. I was scared of letting my city down. She's like, I had a bad day at the gym multiple times. I'd go home to my husband. I'd cry my eyes out. I cried before the fight. I cried after the fight. That's my thing. And Ronda has said that over and over again. Like, I'm a crier. Like, I cried because she cried when she met Edmund. Edmund wouldn't work with her because he didn't take her seriously for a long time, and she cried every day. But what is so respectful about these girls, they cry their ass out, when they have a bad day. But they understand what's at stake, and they step up. And for 25 minutes, they can put their bad day aside, go to war with each other, and then after it, go back to crying and just being miserable again. But they're human beings. It's really a cool thing to watch because it shows if you want something bad enough, man or a woman, hormones or estrogen or testosterone, it doesn't matter. Like, if you want something bad enough, you can go accomplish it. You just have to believe in yourself, put your skills out there, and you can cry afterwards. And I've cried after fucking events. I'm an emotional guy. I fucking cry all the time. When Holly Holm knocked out Ronda Rousey and I seen her crying, running around, acting crazy, I fucking cried. because I was just so happy to see history. This is history.
I know. She cries all
This
the time.
is sports
She
history.
reminds
I
me of.
fucking cried.
She reminds me
cried.
of me. I cry a lot too.
I totally cried, and it wasn't even about money. Like, I cried and totally forgot that I won money. I just was so happy for her. You know? And she's a great representative because she's so humble. Like,
Do you
Ronda
think she'll get
talks
sponsors
shit,
out of
and
this, or
she
how
never
much money
talked
did she
shit to
make?
Ronda Rousey. She never talked shit at all. She was always humble. She was always respectful, and I like that about a person, man.
I was going to ask you something. Well, I forgot what it was. Oh, how much do you think that Holly got sponsorships off of this, or how much money went to these girls?
Well, okay, I will say from what I know, in the UFC, there's an undisclosed performance bonus that you get that is never disclosed. But Dana did say at the post-fight interview that fight of the night was Holly Holm, Ronda Rousey. Knockout of the night was Holly Holm. You know, performance of the night was Holly Holm. And win or lose, Holly was going to get $30,000 to show up. Now, sponsorship-wise, the UFC is now sponsored by Reebok, kind of like the NFL is with Nike. And you only get sponsorship money based on how many times you fought in the UFC. She probably got paid extra, like for her podcast and her gym membership, or her gym pays her to teach people and stuff. Altogether, the girl probably ended up with like $250,000, which Ronda probably got. That
okay, now wait. Why do they pay the men so much? I mean, how much did
They don't pay the men.
Come on. There's a purse involved in boxing.
Well, no, I'm not talking about boxing. I'm talking about UFC. Boxing.
I don't think it's fair. Boxing pays millions upon millions, and MMA paid. You think $250,000? That's it?
Well, here's the situation.
Did you know that Ronda Rousey had to she had to pawn her gold medal to pay for a 2005 Honda Civic?
Yeah. I know that, but she wasn't in the UFC then.
Oh, okay. Really? How long has she been in it?
She's just been here a couple of years. Okay. Oh. She won the gold medal like 10 years ago.
I know that. But I just think,
she's only been here. Women's MMA has only been here like 2 years, like 2013. Okay. Now, when she pawned, like, for the gold medal thing, because I've heard her talk about it, this is out of her own mouth, she won the bronze medal. They give her $10,000, and she's like, that's it. She had nowhere else to go. She didn't want the bronze medal because she felt she was worthy of gold. She got rid of the bronze medal and bought the Honda, as she calls it. You know, the Ronda Honda. But then she sold the Honda. She actually, whenever her last fight went through, she auctioned it off on eBay with a bunch of her, like, fighting gear from the time when she first started fighting or training. And she got a lot of money, like probably $200,000 out of it. I think it was like $100,000 out of the car with all the gear in it and stuff out of the Honda. So that was cool. But Ronda Rousey's made a lot of money, millions, because she's been on these different TV shows. She's been in movies. She's like the Rock of, Dwayne Johnson. She's like the Rock of MMA.
She knows how to brand herself, and she's got it. Yeah, she knows how to market.
Now that all goes away. Now she's a nobody again.
I don't think that. I think her fans are probably.
Her fans are definitely loyal, but her fans doesn't matter because her name is no longer invincible. Her name was invincible.
Oh, I know all
now
about her.
Now it's not.
I know all about her.
Now, as far as paying, I definitely think fighters deserve more pay. But at the same time, boxing has been around for hundreds of years, and UFC has been around since 1992. So we're still a young sport. MMA is a young sport. Okay? Give us time, we will get there.
I remember when it first started out, who was that first badass?
Hoist Gracie.
Wow, that's right.
He would fuck you up. Hoist Gracie. I met Hoist
he was
Gracie.
like a tornado.
He was the jiu-jitsu man.
Yeah, like blah, 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 blah. He would just go crazy.
He wouldn't throw punches at you. He'd clap on your ears and just tap you out. I've seen him pull a man's hair. Kimbo. Not Chemo Leopard.
Oh, okay.
He pulled his ponytail out of his head. That was when there was no rules. Now that was also when it was illegal.
It was crazy. It was like street fighting.
And John McCain was one of the senators that said it's human cockfighting.
Yes, it was.
Like dog fighting.
It was horrible.
And it's still illegal in New York to this day.
It's illegal in New York?
Yeah. Why don't you think they've sold out Madison Square Garden? It's illegal in New York.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Now, you have to thank Dana White. You know how much he bought the UFC for in 1993?
$7 million?
$1 million and turned it into a $1 billion.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Him and two
you
other guys.
You talk about buying Intel at 6.
Him and the other two guys that they went in business together, they bought it for $1 million. They offered him, Mark Cuban, 5 years ago, offered him $1 billion for it, and he said, nope, I'm going to grow it into a massive multi-billion-dollar business, and I don't want to sell it because I love it. He loves it. And, I mean, yeah, the fighters don't make millions of dollars a fight like boxing. But honestly, does
okay, wait. I'm going to stop you. I want to stop you right there, Derek. I'm going to stop you right there. He made money at it because you said that when Dana White bought it, that he did. You said he turned it into a major
$1 billion business
because he loved it. You have to love what you do. If you don't love what you do, you're not going to be successful.
Now, before this, he made money. He was a boxing promoter. You know, he promoted fighters. You know, he promoted fighters at like local clubs for a couple $100. You know, $1,000. Hey, actually, there's a cool story. You can all Google this. Type in remember that mobster Whitey Ford? Is that his name?
Whitey Ford. I don't know.
Hold on. What was it?
I can look it up. Are you there?
Dana White owed him money. Hold on.
Whitey Ford.
Dana White, and mob.
He was a baseball player. Whitey Ford?
No, that's not who I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Whitey Bulger, his name. The mobster, Whitey Bulger. Type in Dana White. Google Dana White space Whitey Bulger. He was in New Jersey or New York, one of the two. He was running the boxing gym because Dana knows how to box. You know, he was training people to box, trying to make a fucking living. And you know how back in the mob was.
I got the story. Let me tell them what's going on first. I think it might have a video.
No, go on YouTube and type in Joe Rogan, Dana White, Whitey Bulger,
Dana.
Wait, here we go. It's playing.
Boxing gyms in Boston. He had boxing gyms, and was essentially forced out by the mob. And Dana is joining us. He is. I call you a commissioner. You're a maverick. You have now created the wildly profitable and successful UFC. I want you to go back and tell our audience this story. We know about Whitey Bulger. There's a new movie out called Black Mass with, I think, Johnny Depp is the lead guy.
Right.
So you had gyms. You had boxing gyms in Boston.
I had one. Yeah. We ran my partner and I, Peter, we ran a Get Kids Off the Street program back there. And we used to teach, boxing classes. However we could make money, we made money. So one day I was teaching a class in one of the big clubs in South Boston, and these two guys walked into the class and said, "Hey, we need to talk to you." At first, I'm thinking, "Is this guy? Does he own the club, or whatever. We go out, and when he asked me, "Do you know who I am?" That was when I realized what was going on, and basically said, "You owe us money." It's like $2,500, which was like 25,000 to me back then, and said, "You owe us money."
And you didn't owe him money. It was just that's the way the mob worked.
Right. Yeah. It was actually a guy named Kevin Weeks, who, if you saw the trial, was Whitey's right-hand man. And I'm sure he's very prominent in the movie. But, basically said I owed him some money, and I didn't pay him. And, this went on for a while. And one day I was at my place, and I got a call, and they said, "You owe us the money tomorrow by, 1 o'clock."
And this is
Now, wait a minute.
The Sammy the Bull to God.
Sammy the Bull to God, they just laid the bet off on this guy? I mean, the debt?
Huh?
They just laid the debt off on this guy? And this is what you call laying a debt off?
Well, this is what you call back in there, back in the day, man, the mob, any businesses like this, boxing was big, but
they would just come in and just demand fucking money, like the government demands taxes.
Listen. Any kind of business, if you ran a donut shop, back when the mob was like basically unknown, the government was denying their existence, they was running rackets, protection rackets, where they would protect your business from, like, if you got robbed, they would kill the guy that robbed you and pay you back all the money that they owed, that you lost. But in return, you had to pay them every month a crazy amount of money, like probably like a third, like probably a half of what you made. And he just ran a little boxing gym, making a little $100 here and there, and they tried to say, "You owe us a lot of fucking money," you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? And he's like a young guy here trying to make a living, and then the mob comes around in suits and ties and be like, "You got to pay us," even if you don't want their protection. They're like, "Well, you are in the mob area. You're going to pay us, or we're going to kill you." One or the other. So basically, you had to pay for protection whether you wanted it or not. It's kind of like paying for car insurance nowadays. You have to do it.
Well, and speaking of car insurance, I recently got my cars insured with Allstate, and they sent me in the mail just yesterday a box from Allstate, and inside the box it has, for every one of our cars, this one's for the Explorer. It says Quick Stop. It's called Drive, InDrive, the opposite of Drive-In. There is a little thing that has got GPS and, where is your destination? Turn right down here. It's got that. It's got emergency call. I push one button and it calls 911 or whatever. And it's right here in front of me. Yeah, it's really cool. That's what you do. And then you get it for free. And it's monitored through Allstate. If I push have you heard of this?
That's another way of basically selling your information. That's another topic I'll get into someday.
Wait a minute. Let me say one more thing. There's this other thing that I put underneath my car, and if I drive good, I get a discount on my. And I'm not buying this. I'm just telling you this. That I get a discount on my insurance. Now here's what I'm thinking. Big Brother.
Oh yeah.
That's the first thing
really
I
what
thought.
They're monitoring everything that if they think you're too tired when you're driving.
Yeah, it judges speed. It judges speed. I mean, that is some sophisticated.
Really, it's an invasion of privacy.
That's a sophisticated technology, Derek. You know what I mean?
But we're at that point in time where we have to accept that. We can't do anything about it. We just really can't. If we just stress ourselves out so much about it, we'll just be stressed.
Next thing you're going to hear is we're going to be ordered to get microchipped.
I won't do it though, and my family won't do it either because they're really, it says that, they're religious people and they say it's in the Bible. It says that, and they won't do it because.
What state are you in? What state are you in?
I'm in Virginia.
Because you have got a strong Southern accent.
Yeah, I'm in Virginia. I grew up mostly in the South, but I've lived in Oregon. I've lived all over the fucking United States.
Wait a minute. What did you just say? Did you say that you've been everywhere?
I've lived in a lot of states. Yeah.
Okay, I was just checking. I thought that's what you said, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I've lived in Oregon. I lived in Gresham, Oregon. I lived in Jersey. I've lived in New York. I lived in Maryland.
We know what time it is, boys and girls. You know what time it is.
What time is it, Debbie?
I was toting my pack along the dusty Winnemucca Road when along came a semi with a high and canvas covered load. If you're going to Winnemucca, man, with me you can ride. So I climbed into the cab and then I settled down inside. He asked me if I'd seen a road with so much dust and sand, and I said, listen, bud,
are y'all ready?
I traveled every
now,
road
where have
in
you
this
been,
land.
Derek?
I've been everywhere, man, I've been everywhere, man. Cross the deserts bare, man, I breathe the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man, I've been everywhere.
Here we go.
Then Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, Winslow, Sarasota, Wichita, Tulsa, Ottawa, Oklahoma, Tampa, Panama, Matamor, Apollonia, Bangor, Baltimore, Salvador, Amarillo, Topeka, Aaron, Padilla, I'm a killer. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Cross the desert bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Where else? Where else have you been, Derek?
Boston, Charleston, Dayton, Louisiana, Washington, Houston, Kingston, Texarkana, Monterey, Furry Day, Santa Fe, Tallapoosa, Glen Rock, Black Rock, Little Rock, Oskaloosa, Tennessee, Hennessy, Chippewa, Spirit Lake, Grand Lake, Devil Lake, Cradle Lake, the Peaks, like I've been everywhere.
I play that sometimes when people go, man, I've been everywhere. And I go, really? Where are you?
Yeah, I mean, I really have. I've been.
Have you ever heard that song?
Oh, yeah, of course.
You are an old soul. You are the neatest guy.
I really am. I mean, you know.
You were on the call. You're not going. I love you, Debbie. I love you, Debbie.
More than I like the younger music. I'm a big Johnny Cash fan. Big Waylon Jennings.
Can I tell you
John Lennon is my favorite singer of all time, probably.
Really?
And I like his son. I like his son Julian Lennon. I think he was great.
I know. I'm friends with him.
Well.
I'm friends with Julian Lennon.
Yeah, man, I really I respect them all. And, but my sum up of the fight was like Ronda coming in with a bad game plan and got exposed, and now we'll see how she responds.
So there you go, from the expert himself.
And Dana White, and I have much respect for Dana White, because if there wasn't Dana White, people, like, I know MMA fans, and I'm saying this to MMA fans because they're fucking critical and hardcore, like, anti-Dana White. I'm thinking,
why?
If it wasn't because they're mad at Dana because the things he says this, he sucks Ronda Rousey's clit, he sucks Conor McGregor's dick. Dude, he's a fucking promoter, and those people are the people that's making him the most money. So of course he's going to fucking promote them, because he's selling fucking more tickets than anyone doing that. So as a promoter, you're going to do that. And plus, he gives his critique for a fight. He says, this guy fought bad, so he's lost 7 fights in a row. I'm going to fire him. That's the fucking fight game. Don't get mad at Dana because he fired somebody because he lost like 4 or 5 fights in a row. That's his fucking job. You can't pay people for nothing. Okay? And another thing is, if it wasn't for Dana White, we would not be watching Ronda Rousey and Holly Holm. Okay, we wouldn't know either one of them.
No, we wouldn't know them. Nope.
We wouldn't fucking know them. I don't want to leave him out. Lorenzo and, the Fertitta brothers also helped. They're like his business partners. They helped him raise the money. They're also bad motherfuckers. They actually are really much more better off than Dana. But, Dana's basically the voice. They're the bank. And, Anderson Silva, guys like that, like Anderson
Hang on,
Silva.
Derek, I saw this happen one time in professional golf, and I actually was there and witnessed it. We were at the Byron Nelson, and what that is for us is we get a room at the Four Seasons, and that way we stay with the golfers in the Four Seasons, and we get to run around with our pajamas on, and we swim at the pool. And
yeah.
Wait. I'm through. And in 1994. We were out there, Heather and I were taking pictures with Mr. Nelson and talking to Tiger Woods' dad, and the what's her name? Fergie. Fergie is okay, Princess Diana, and the Duchess of York was there. And here's what happened. Some schmuck drives up in a clank, 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 in a mobile home, walks out on the tee box and wins the Byron Nelson, and his name was John Daly. And we were watching. I said, "Did you see that guy tee off number one?" They were going, "No." I said, "Look at this son of a bitch." He would tee it up. He wouldn't take a practice swat. That's why it was called grip it and rip it. He would go, wow. And I mean, that son of a bitch would fly 4 feet off the ground, 320 yards. And if he wanted it to bank right or what dog, he could do anything. I mean, we were just, oh my God. And everybody's going, what the hell? You know, and this guy walks on the course and wins it, takes the trophy. So I've seen these come from behind nobodies do this.
Yeah. Oh well, I have a good golfing story, real quick, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
I don't know how many of the viewers will know this, but Jim Justice, he's running for governor of West Virginia, but he also owns what they call in West Virginia, you know, which I'm on the borderline of both. So, you know, got family in both, so I'm always going back and forth. But in West Virginia, he owns the Greenbrier Resort. You can Google that and see it. It's a big-ass resort. I mean, it's home to, like, you know, Denny Hamlin, the race car driver, has a fucking home there. Tiger Woods has a fucking home there. Tim McGraw has a fucking home there. Another guy, who's that guy on The Voice? Oh.
I know. Go ahead. I know who it is. So what about it?
Forget his name. But, so, they had their biggest golf tournament there. And, you know, he invited me there. He invited my father. And my father's really, like, culprit of all this. He knows him very personally because he used to work for him. But, so we go there, and I met Phil Mickelson, you know, and took my picture with him and that other. I went this year and met this guy. Oh, forget his fucking name. He's like the new guy. He's like the new Tiger Woods. Jordan something. But Joey Diaz, who's one of the greatest comedians I've ever heard. Joey Diaz was there. Joey Coco Diaz. YouTube him, everybody, and listen to Joey Diaz stand-up comedy. He's fucking hilarious. He's like an old Italian guy in his 50s, like fat. He's like, you know, yeah, he's so funny, dude. He's so funny. But I met him and just had a really good time. But I love, like, being with those guys because they're all classy people, man. Like, they're really classy guys. You know, Brad Paisley was there. I talked to Brad. I actually sat down with Brad Paisley for about an hour, and that was the coolest thing I've ever done. He is such a fucking, like, he talks really, you think I sound country? He don't sound it when he sings, but sit down with him. He's from West Virginia. He's a straight West Virginia, like, coal miner motherfucker, you know? He's a straight up hillbilly. It was a great experience. Every year it's a great experience at the Greenbrier Resort.
That's cool. I was listening. I was also reading something that somebody was sending me on Skype. Well, I just thought it was amazing, and I'm not sure if it was 94. I didn't even look that up before I got back on the line here with you, but John Daly wins Byron Nelson. Let's see what year that. It might have been earlier than that. I might have just watched it on TV or something with Vic. I think it was earlier than that. 1912. No, I'm joking. John Daly walked on the course. Literally, I mean, I remember maybe I saw him. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Blake Shelton's who I was talking about.
It was the 1995. The 1995. I could be wrong. I don't know.
John Daly, man. Yeah.
And they called him where he got the nickname Grip It and Rip It, and he got sponsored. After that, he got sponsored by Nike. I mean, they picked him up like that, and that's where they came up with Grip It and Rip It. Wasn't it Nike? Maybe I don't remember maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. He says he was the first in 1997. John Daly became the first PGA Tour player to average average over 300 yards per drive. That's when they sold all of those drivers. All the men tried to hit as hard as
Yeah, that's incredible.
And it has nothing to do with strength. It has to do with
listen,
with hitting.
Tiger Woods averages like 250. Okay?
Right. Right. But I'm just saying the thing about it is that this guy, it's not how hard you hit the ball. It's how you hit the ball. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
It's a strategy.
Well,
it's just like fighting. Mike Tyson, he always had the most powerful punch, but Lennox Lewis picked him apart because he was smarter. Ronda Rousey, she's an incredible power puncher, but she met her match because she was picked apart. Like, it's strategy. Everything's strategy. The world you live is strategy. When you wake up and you walk in even when you walk in your shower, if you drop your soap and don't pick it up immediately, there's a chance you're going to fall on that soap. So it's a strategy taking a shower even. Like, I'm going to wash the top part first and the bottom. You know, I mean, everything. Think about it, people. I know it sounds silly. Everything's a strategy.
Hi, I'm Chip Patterson with CBS
Hold
Sports.
on, that's not me. Hold on.
PGA Championship.
Hold on, something's happening. Shut up. When I want your opinion, I will give it to you. Okay.
I'm being quiet, baby.
No. I was talking. No, darling, I was being silly. I was talking to that thing. I would never be rude to you. Hush. I gotta find when he won the.
Pray for Ronda. Pray for Ronda. I put that up on my Facebook. I got so many haters for that.
Was it the Byron Nelson?
I put up that France flag over Ronda Rousey getting kicked in the face and said hashtag pray for Ronda. They're like, you're making a mockery of the France thing. I'm like, well, the France thing was a false flag anyway, you bitches, you dumb bitches.
Yeah.
We fucking funded the shit to start a fucking World War III.
Well, I don't even want to go there right now because I'm expected to go somewhere else right now. I just found out through the grapevine. So when can I get you again? I'm worried about your brain being swollen.
No, don't worry about that.
How could I not worry about that?
You know, they say 10 years from now, maybe Parkinson's, something like that.
No,
maybe
did you have a PET scan today? Did you have?
Yeah. I've had a lot of concussions, and they say that, well, maybe it's safe not to fight no more. And I'm like, I'm going to do what the fuck I want. If Obama can put Syrian refugees in this country, I believe I have the right to fight.
There's so much to talk about right now that's going on.
That's just my opinion. If it fucks me up, it fucks me up. But when you're born a Rocky Balboa, you're born a Rocky Balboa. Just how it works. That's all I know how to do is get hit in the face and hit other people in the face. It's what I was bred to do. I really believe that. And I'm good at it. And I've never lost professionally at it. And I would like to keep on doing it for probably 10 more years. And maybe one day you'll see me highlighting, maybe I'll be in the main event of a UFC. It's always my dream. It's always my goal. One doctor won't clear me. That's fine. A doctor that wants money will clear me. I will get cleared. I'm not worried about that. I have faith that it doesn't matter about what's going to happen in the long run. I live for today and tomorrow, and I have faith, and I believe in God, and, if he wants me to stop fighting, he'll tell me. Until he does, I'm not going to stop. I enjoy beating people up. I really do. It's a satisfaction. But it's not, it's like a lifestyle, man. I eat right. If it wasn't for fighting, I would be fat, homeless, and a cokehead. I was a cokehead. I wasn't fat, but I was a cokehead, and I just didn't give a shit if I lived or died before I started fighting. So I like that kind of life. I enjoy it, and I want to continue it. I want to just continue fighting people, and I love doing it, man. I really do. I really love it, and even if I lost, I would still, that would be a greater challenge coming back. I'd be like, coming back like Ronda Rousey, you know what I mean? I'm not a Ronda fan, but I'm more of a Mayweather guy, but I've got hit a lot. You know, I've got hit in the head a lot. I've got kicked in the face. I've got kneed. My last fight, I got kneed in the face. I was actually out, but I grabbed the guy's leg subconsciously. Like, I don't remember grabbing it. I watched the fight over. Didn't remember grabbing his leg. Didn't remember the whole second round. My trainer told me it was the last round when it was actually the third round. And in a 5-round fight, you know you're in bad shape when your trainer says it's the last round. You're losing every round. You have to finish it. And I'm thinking, it's the last round already? Holy shit! I must have been out. I'm thinking I must have been out for 3 rounds. Really, it's the third round, but I'm down 2 rounds to nothing bad. Then I come out and take the guy down. Ended up submitting him with a triangle choke, and got on with it. But I was in the hospital 2 days afterwards. I had to get like 17 stitches in my eyebrow. Had to get staples in my head because his elbows was hitting me in the crown of the head. I mean, it was gruesome. I really considered retirement. I really did. I'm like, damn, 30 years old, and I'm feeling this shit. Like, every morning when I wake up, it's hard to get going because my knees. I blew my knee out twice. I broke my ankle once. You know, on the same leg. Like, I got arthritis at 30 years old. You know, it's hard to get going, but I just tough it out. I stay focused, and I live healthy and I live lean, and I do what I can to be as perfect as I can be. No one's perfect, but I do what I can to be perfect. And I have a girl that is really like mad at me because I wanted to tell her about the cat, about my issue with my brain. I got a little brain swelling, and probably shouldn't fight no more if I want to live a long time. But I've always had the mentality of the good die young, So I don't care if I die young. I was a good one. Who cares? I never wanted to live old anyway. I don't want to be wrinkly. I don't want someone to have to take care of me. I don't have kids. I don't have family. I don't want a kid or a family. I don't want that. I want to go out on top, and I want to go out just blaze of glory. I want to go out like Rocky Balboa style. So when I tell her, I try to tell her, hit me up as soon as possible because I've got something important to say to you. I was going to tell her about it. She gets all mad, and she's like, she's like, you're playing. She's like, and I haven't even told her about it. She's like, well, you don't love me because you told me to hit me up. You told me to hit you up as soon as possible, and I did. Yeah, she did, but I was already asleep. She hit me up at 5 in the morning. I was already asleep, and she got mad because I didn't hit her back because I was asleep. But now she's wanting to say, I don't want to talk to you anymore. And I'm like, if that's what you want, but I got to focus on my health. So you do what you got to do. I'll do what I got to do. If you don't want nothing to do with me, that's fine. But I'll fucking give more to you than another man will ever give to you, I give half my paychecks every fucking week to you. And I help you out tremendously. You just called me the other night and was crying, and I fucking, was there for you mentally. I'm there for you mentally. I'm there for you physically. I work out with you on Skype. I show you what to do, and I help you. I help you lose fucking 80 pounds. Now you're 135 pounds when you was over 200 pounds 3 years ago when I met you. But I was attracted to you whenever you had a bar across your fucking teeth and you was over 200 pounds. And now because you're in Tara Romano workout videos and you're a fucking Zumba queen, now all of a sudden, I try to tell you something and you're like, don't want to hear about that negative shit. I'm like, well, that ain't what a relationship's about, man. If I have my bad day, I should be able to go to you. But if you don't want that, that's fine. I'm like, well, fuck it, man. I just need to, I fucking came into this world with my mother, and I'll go out with it, you know? All I need is my mother. Sorry for rambling.
Oh, you got a long way to go. You got a lot to learn. You have a lot to learn. If you're singing the "All I Need Is My Mommy" blues, that's not going to work. But can we save this till another time?
Sure, but again, you know, I meditate a lot, and I really believe that happiness, you don't have to be married to be happy. You don't have to have a girlfriend to be happy. You can be happy as long as you know your body, know yourself. You can be happy. I'll leave you with that.
I'm getting you back on.
Daily.
No, I'm going to get you back on again. I have so much to talk to you about all this stuff going on with the
Anytime you want
ISIS.
me on, all you got to do is text me, hit me up, say, hey, I want you on. You know,
okay, good.
Anytime. Tomorrow if you want me on, next day, or next week, I don't give a shit.
I'm so glad we talked. Thank you for clearing all that up, and I'll be seeing you in September. No, I will see you really quick. Just make sure you can always come back, okay? Because you're like a commentary person. I just go on mute and let you talk. And what I like to do is preempt you.
Yeah, I mean, if I have to quit fighting, that's something I would look into.
No, wait, I just said you're. I just have to preempt you with a subject.
You think I would be good at it?
At what? Oh, yeah, but you couldn't have a co-host. You'd have to have the mic all to yourself.
Like fucking calling a football game play-by-play?
No, that's not enough talk. Well, that might be. I know a guy that does that asked Heather out on a date, and she's told him no. He lives here in Dallas.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to take Heather out on a date.
No, I know you're not. She's engaged. All I'm saying is she. What was I? The reason I was saying that to you is
I'm trying to take her mother out on a date.
Victor thinks that's so funny. When you were drunk the other night, you were going,
kidding,
he's not home, but when you were going, I love you, Debbie. I love you, Debbie.
Vic can totally watch. I have no problem with Vic watching. Shit, he can join it, man. What's wrong with that?
All right. On that note, I will call you later on.
We're going to hang up now.
No.
Okay. Good night.
Love you.
All.
Love you too. Bye, dear. He can watch. Are you kidding me? I'm trying to find out when John Daly did the huge divots, shots behind trees, John Daly's crazy pants, the highlight of day 2 of the Byron Nelson Classic. What does it say here? It says, never mind. It's nowhere in the world. It's nowhere. It's never to be found. So now it's just me to give commentary. Now let me see if. Hold on just a second. Let me see. I'm going to have the vocal fry. Hold on just a second. We may have something here going on. I can't believe I just went on mute, and I'm not even muted on the board. How stupid is that? I'm like crazy. And so, yeah, we are... let me see what somebody's doing right now, because he was telling me a minute ago that he might want to talk to me. He's playing music right now. It's DJ Bad Guy. So I'm going to play you some music right now, and I'll be right back. Wait, I don't have anything loaded, so just relax. That was a false alarm. I'm going to play this because it reminds me of Mr. Solution. Mr. Solution, call the show sometime, or I'm going to send somebody out there to kill you.
I can ride my bike with no handlebars, no handlebars, no handlebars. I can ride my bike with no handlebars, no handlebars, no handlebars. Look at me, hands in the air like it's good to be alive. And I'm a famous rapper, even when the paths are all crooked D. I can show you how to do-si-do. I can show you how to scratch a record. I can take apart the remote control, and I can almost put it back together. I can tie a knot in a cherry stem. I can tell you about Leif Erikson. I know all the words to De Colores, and I'm proud to be an American. Me and my friend saw platypus. Me and my friend made a comic book, and guess how long it took? I can't do anything that I want, cause look, I can keep rhythm with no metronome. No metronome, no metronome. And I can see your face on the telephone, on the telephone, on the telephone. Look at me, just called to say that it's good to be alive in such a small world. I'm all curled up with a book to read. I can make money, open up a thrift store. I can make a living off a magazine. I can design an engine, 64 miles to a gallon of gasoline. I can make new antibiotics. I can make computers survive aquatic conditions. I know how to run the business, and I can make you want to buy a product. Movers, shakers, and producers. Me and my friends understand the future. I see the strings that control the system. I can do anything with no resistance, cause I can lead a nation with a microphone. With a microphone, with a microphone. And I can split the atom of a molecule, of a molecule, of a molecule. Feels so good to be alive and on top. My reach is global, my tower secure. My cause is noble, my power is pure. I can hand out 1 million vaccinations, or let them all die in exasperation. Have them all healed from the lacerations, have them all killed by assassination. I can make anybody go to prison just because I don't like them. And I can do anything with no permission. I have it all under my command because I can guide a missile by satellite, by satellite, by satellite. And I can hit a target through a telescope, through a telescope, through a telescope. And I can end the planet in a holocaust, 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 in a holocaust. With no handlebars, no handlebars, no handlebars. I can ride my bike with no handlebars, no handlebars, no handlebars.
It's time for my Mika show. Start with C. West. Enjoy the show.
You're listening to The Debbie Daily Show. Now broadcasting live on Spreaker.com. Debbie Daily, changing the world, one caller at a time.
Yeah. So I just got a message on my telephone, It said, I cannot do the drama anymore. No anymore. That was fun while it lasted. But that is when I get into fight mode. Just like we were talking about tonight. When I was watching these girls fight, I was thinking, that's the way I feel sometimes. I have the heart of a lion. You know what I mean? And I was listening to one of those fighters, those MMA girls, and they're just girls. Damn, I burnt my finger today. Anyway, what was I saying? I was watching one of them fight, and they said, you know what really, really made me win that fight? And it was Ronda Rousey. And they go, no, what? And she said, when that woman made fun of my dead father. And she said, that is that's the lowest that you can get. And did you know did you know that 12 hours ago, I don't know, that you know who, the she-beast, was talking on her podcast that I was listening to earlier? Not only was she putting down and destroying and insulting and being horrible to Little Top, but she told her audience that my little brother committed suicide. And if I was at the weigh-in right now, can I just say one more mean thing, please, please, please? Just one more to last me forever? No? All right. Well, anyway. Never mind. I won't say that it takes a pretty low class somebody to make fun of dead relatives. I won't say that. I'm not going to, and I'm not going to talk about how this is never going to stop with her, and it's going to be proven just like it's been proven. I'm not going to say that. Stop talking to me. Gunner talks all the time. He's rah, 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 rah. So for those of you that wonder if this is really Gunner on the ending that I do sometimes to be stupid. Oh, and by the way, I have a big announcement about one of Mr. White's songs. Mr. White. I know you might not be out there listening, but if you ever listen to this in the future, I am taking this song right here and it's going to go platinum. No, I'm taking this song and I am going to sing along with it, and I'm working it out. I'm working on it over and over again. I want to sing this with you. I'm going to record it and track it. Okay, that song, I'm going to try to do it like, what made me think about doing that with you is there's an old song that was by John Denver, and I haven't heard this in so long, and Olivia Newton-John. And people tell me sometimes that I have, and I think I have her octave, because anything she sings, I can sing like really, really good. But she sang background to a song, and this is the way I'm sort of imagining that would be. You know what I mean? Because you're kind of a John Denver sounding guy, sort of. Well, anyway, here it is. Listen.
All of her days have gone soft and cloudy. All of her dreams have gone dry. All of her nights have gone sad and shady. She's getting ready to fly. Fly away. Fly away.
See what I mean? Just a touch of background singing, not singing along or singing or this or just a little slight background. And then I think it's perfect because you're telling the girl, I mean, it's a really serious song. Mr. White's telling the girl, listen, you know, the snow is deep. There's no, you know, our heater, we don't have a heater. Our muffler is dragging the street. Let's just get out of here. But I'm going to take care of you. I want you to relax. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to I'll get us through. This is going to work. I think that sometimes women need to hear that because as feminine as we can be, I'm not saying feminist. I'm not a feminist by any stroke of the brush. But I am, you know what I'm saying? I mean, no matter what we are, okay, the bottom line, the biblical definition of this is that we are subservient to you. We are here as a helpmate. And I think it's, even when women make money, they work. I think they still need to hear from their spouse. Don't worry. Don't worry. And men that don't do that, I think, are absolute assholes. Just saying. Shouts out to Sonny if he's out there listening. And I'm going to dedicate this song right here to my good friend, because it's right here on the right. You know how when you go to YouTube, like it says right here, John Denver, Fly Away. Then it says John Denver, Calypso, John Denver, I'm Sorry, John Denver, Matthew, John Denver, Jacques Cousteau, John Denver, Back Home Again, John Denver, Sunshine on My Shoulders, John Denver, Like a Sad Song, Looking for Space, blah, 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 a scene from Ace Ventura, one of my favorite movies in the whole world. Oh, you chitty chitty bang bang chitty. I love when he goes, how far to the crime scene? And he puts those glasses on. I'm sorry, I just love this guy.
We're going downtown. Bumblebee Tuna. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. How are you this afternoon?
All righty then. My daughter and my son know this word for word. I'll have to get Heather on here one night and show off her movie skills, because when they were growing up, there was nobody to play with. We lived in a neighborhood in Plano, and thank God Annette moved over there, because we lived in an area of Plano that was called the Highlands of McCamey. And the Highlands of McCamey were old money. Okay, that's where old money. And all of their kids had already grown up and gone off. And so Heather and Stephen were like the only two kids on the block. And they would be able to watch one video a day or whatever. And they just went nuts over this. I thought this was so funny that my nephew Dave, Chris's brother, Dave and Chris, my brother's children, when he came over to the house one time, which he came over every weekend, I made him sit and watch this, and he was literally crying, because I can tell people's senses of humor, and this is Dave's sense. This is my sense of humor. This is Dave's sense of humor. Maybe not so quite my brother's, but I think he's hysterical in this movie. I just did.
It's alive! It's alive! Yes! Yes! Oh, yeah! Can you feel that, buddy? Huh? 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 I have exorcised the demon.
But there's a scene in there that I was thinking about a minute ago when I was talking. I completely forgot, Buffy, what it was. I totally forgot. It's really funny, though. Anyway, so there is a song on here that something's going to start playing. Don't stop. Wait. Hold on. Stop. That's okay, because if it has this many mistakes in it, I'll edit it. I'll edit it out. This song is a song that is just so special to me, because my best friend in the whole world passed away not too long ago. And this song it was her song. I mean, it was like her lifetime song. And Dave, my nephew, is actually learning to play some John Denver songs, and I told him to put this in his repertoire. And it is, where did it go? Here it is. I mean, she had it sung at her wedding to my brother. It just embodies everything that she is to me and a lot of people.
Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. If I had a day that I could give you, I'd give to you a day just like today. If I had a song that I could sing for you, I'd sing a song to make you feel this way. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. If I had a tale that I could tell you, I'd tell a tale sure to make you smile. If I had a wish that I could wish for you, I'd make a wish for sunshine all the while. Sunshine singing on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. And sunshine almost always makes me high.
Da, da, da. Thank you. I just took that down early. 12:08 here in the middle of the earth, in the middle of the the third coast. I don't know what I'm trying to think of. It's raining again. It's always raining. It's raining. It's pouring. The old man is snoring. I've developed a cough. That's why I mute myself and I don't cough in people's faces like that. So yeah, that was really special to me. It choked me up, I'll tell you that. Oh, I was sitting over here having a watershed moment. Well, it's sad because, you know, music is a very powerful weapon. Let's do the 7-second delay. Thank you. Music is a very powerful thing. See, the thing that makes most of my haters lose is I can laugh at myself. Oh my God, me and Mr. Midnight Movie were laughing so hard today. I thought we were going to die. I mean, we couldn't even talk. Hillbilly or fuck off. He goes, I just say fuck off. I said, well, that wasn't meant to you. I said, shut up. You're over there bitching about the title of my show. No, you're over there saying that you're mad. No, this is what I said. You're saying you're mad because I chimped over the title of your show, correct? Well, I said, but you chimped over the title of my show. Checkmate, buddy. He was cracking up laughing. And anyway, I'm sorry that one came out too fast. So yeah, excuse me, I'll just cough in y'all's faces the rest of the night on the microphone. Connor's dreaming. Can you hear him? What? Dreaming of those funny bygone days when you and your grandpappy were hunting criminals. Okay. One more before we go. What was I going to say? I forgot. Oh, I know what I was going to show y'all. Would you believe me if I told y'all? If y'all believe me if I told y'all, would y'all believe me? Would you? Hello. I'm trying to not talk because I was crying during that song. It was so sad. Would you believe me if I told you that last year, and the only reason why I'm doing this is because he's been chimping, so he needs to get a little slap from the now non-nonchalanting Debbie. That makes sense if you think about it. I don't just sit back and take things like whatever, you know what I mean? I actually will stand up and say, hey, that's not very nice of you. Why? Because it's obviously not worked ignoring them. You ignore trolls. You don't ignore, so to speak, constituents. I mean, I know nobody's getting paid. I mean, some people are, but you know what I'm saying. Shut up. Last year, and I'm only doing, okay, Debbie, you're going to repeat yourself. I'm only doing this because he's been a jerk to me lately in some chat rooms. Would you believe me if I told you that on Valentine's night, Todd Morris called me live on my show on Blog Talk Radio? I was simulcasting on Blog Talk Radio. Now, on Blog Talk Radio switchboard, you see the phone numbers when people call in. Of course, I see them on Skype, but people usually Skype me on Skype. And I was sitting there, and I looked down at the board on Blog Talk Radio, and this guy had been holding for a while because I wasn't watching the board. I never watch the board. I never watch my chat rooms hardly. And I looked down, and I saw his number. And I thought, wow. And so I announced the call. I say, area code 9. I thought he was going to call and, start screaming at me. Area code 936, you're on the air with Debbie. And he's going like, hey, Debbie, how you doing? And don't get me wrong, he's a master of voices. He really is. I've always told him he's a master of voices. What am I looking for here? I forgot. Would it be a year ago? I don't remember. I'm over here looking in a place to show you. Y'all got to hear this. And I showed this to somebody the other night, and they were like, wow. And this is what I'm trying to prove, is that so many people jump up and down and make idiotic claims that so-and-so hates me, so-and-so hate me. I don't really see it that way. I mean, gosh, I can't stop coughing. No, that's not it. Okay, wait, I think I found it. Found it. Okay. Valentine's night, Todd Morris calls in with his voice disguised. Now, why did I think about this? Because we played a song by John Denver. Take a listen. Oh, wait, let me go back to 7 minutes. And here we go. Todd Morris changing his voice and calling Debbie on Valentine's Day a year ago.
Valentine's stuff because I met this girl on
Wait.
the internet.
Wait. Let me back up. I want you to hear me call out his number and watch how I react to seeing the number on the board. Because he knows I know his number. Valentine's Day. So when we get back, we will move straight into reading Debbie's Valentine card. Bum, down, down. Let's go forward. Let's go forward to 7 minutes. The board on Blog Talk Radio. Area code 936. You're on the air with Debbie. What's up?
Yes, Debbie. It's Valentine's evening.
Hi.
I'm glad that that you're on.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like, love stinks. You said it.
Love does stink. It's horrible. It's a horrible thing.
I didn't get no Valentine stuff because I met this girl on the internet. And I think she's a troll, and she keeps wanting my address. So she told me that if I gave her my physical address, she would have sent me a Valentine. But anyway, I didn't do it.
No.
So, but I just wanted to hear I'm just glad that that love stinks, and I'm just really nothing to do Friday night.
Love's never done anything for me, sir. It's never really. I mean, I know that everybody says, "Oh, but Debbie, you've been married so long." Well, that's pretending that love has something to do with marriage, right? No, I mean, marriage is a business. Marriage is a commitment. Marriage is what it is. He was laughing. I knew he was laughing. I heard him hit his own mute button. He knows that I know, that he knows I know, he knows I know what's going on here with this little cryptic talk. It is what it is, you know, and no, I don't feel just overly showered with love over here. Do you? Are you? And I'm going to prove his age. How many 30-year-old guys do you know that you could sing a little bit of a John Denver song would know, oh, I love that song. Never mind. I'll just let this play. Sorry. Are you married, sir? Are you married?
No.
Not married.
I'm not married. I'm what they call a trophy boyfriend.
Ooh, a trophy boyfriend. Let's read the obligatory. A troll. Trophy boyfriend. Trophy boyfriend. Trophy. Yes, interesting.
Yes,
okay, it says I love you more than ever. We open it up. Oh, where's my glasses? I can't read shit without my damn glasses. I don't have my contacts on. Well, we'll just make it up. Dear Debbie, even though you are the most beautiful wife in the whole world. No, it says, our life, something perfect, and then blah, blah, blah. And it says, I never can read. It says the song by John something called Lady. Oh, the song by John Denver called Lady is how I feel about you. Love you, Victor. See, every year on the show, I read Victor's Valentine's card to me, and it's just kind of course, I wouldn't never read anything personal. Are you kidding me? And what's funny is to watch Numbnut's reaction here. It's really cool.
So he sent you a card about, was it Lassie named Lady? Was this adult theme card?
No. There was a song I played the other night by John Denver called Lady. I see you, area code 251. There was a song I played the other night called Lady by John Denver. My sweet lady, you know, lady, are you crying? Do the tears belong to me? You know that song? I love that song. I love the fuck out of that. That's Todd Morris right there. I love that song. That's why I played it. Let's listen to it. You want to listen to it?
Please.
I got to hear it now. Okay, everybody shut up and be quiet. We're going to listen to Lady, My Sweet Lady by John. I'm going to assume that you know how to be quiet because I'm not going to mute you. So this is so gorgeous. And then we'll get back to this noise, which is Love Stinks. I play that, and it's so sad. Here it is. It's the last thing I loaded up on the board. So for those of you who are sappy, lovesick people who have really been mean to your girlfriends before in the past, here is My Sweet Lady by John. Are you going to blubber when I play this?
I was just thinking about how mean I've been to my girlfriend.
Well, you know, it is what it is. All right, shut up. Here it comes. Take it away. Lady, My Sweet Lady. If damn thing's going to play. When I mute my microphone, can you still hear that?
Everything feels great. Hey, do you have a cough drop?
Hold on.
Lady, are you crying? Do the tears belong to me? Did you think our time together was all gone? Lady, you've been dreaming. I'm as close as I can be, and I swear to you, our time has just begun. Close your eyes and rest your weary mind. will stay right here beside you. Today our lives were joined, became entwined. I wish that you could know how much I love you. Lady, are you happy? Do you feel the way I do? Are there meanings that you've never seen before? Lady, my sweet lady, I just can't believe it's true. And it's like I've never ever loved before. Close your eyes and rest your weary mind. I promise I will stay right here beside you. Today our lives were joined, became entwined. I wish that you could know how much I love you. Lady, are you crying? Do the tears belong to me? Did you think our time together was all gone? Lady, my sweet lady, I'm as close as I can be. And I swear to you, our time has just begun.
You're listening to one of my favorite shows, and that would be Ask Debbie, found on iHeartRadio and Spreaker.com. That's a fact.
That is a fact, Lester. Let's go back over to the board on Blog Talk Radio and unmute our caller for this evening. One of them, anyway, 936. Did you get to hear that?
Yeah, that was great. What was the name of that again? I'm going to write it down.
Okay, it's called My Sweet Lady.
Lady? Okay, I got it.
And it's by John Denver.
Bob Denver, got it.
No, John Denver, not Bob Denver.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. Yeah, okay, I got you.
Bob Denver. Wasn't that the guy that played Gilligan on Gilligan's Island? Bob Denver?
Aye.
You remind me of a caller I used to know called Gravel Voice. This isn't you, is it, Gravel Voice? Is this you?
No, I'm cough drop. Need a cough drop, boy.
You're cough drop. You do sound like you need a cough drop. I have known a couple of other people that have called me from area code 936. I used to know one that called me from 936 named Nature Boy. He called himself Nature Boy. He was his. See, I'm trolling him right back now. He knows what I'm doing. I'm trolling him right back. I'm just messing with his head. And it was just funny. You know, and it's just weird because I think it's sad that people can get so caught up in a gang mentality. You know what I mean? It's sort of like... Has anybody ever seen the movie about the only nuclear submarine warship that has ever had mutiny on the Bounty? They called it Mutiny on the Bounty. And it was called Crimson Tide. And there was a scene in Crimson Tide where the two captains were going up against each other. And one captain looks over there, and he's got his men with him, and the other captain looks over there, and he's got his men with him. And it's my very close personal friend. What's his name? He goes, "You're listening to the Debbie Daly show." What's his name? I am so bad with names. I don't know what I'm ever going to do. I've been like this all my life. That's got to be narcissistic or something. You know what I mean? I think we're going to try to own this narcissistic thing that we need to just give people what they want. No, I'm just like that. I'm real bad with names. What's his name? I'm looking for that drop I play sometimes. You know what I'm talking about? Crap. Nobody remembers because I'm not at the chat room. This is Denzel Washington, and you're listening to the Debbie Daly Show. Yeah, that's right. I have the grovel. I have the vocal fry a little bit tonight. The Denzel drop. Here he is, Denzel Washington, giving me a shout out from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Hey everybody, this is Denzel Washington, and I never listen to the Debbie Daly Show.
Well, he says he never listens to it, but that's how it goes. But it's like in that movie, there was a scene that I was just really taken by, because Denzel Washington was best friends with a guy. They not best friends, but they were. They had children's birthday parties together, things along those lines. And yet he sided with the other captain. And he looks at him, and he played a part called WEPS. WEPS is what they called him. And that was the guy that was actually in charge of launching those weapons. They called him WEPS. And, it would go, WEPS. And they go, yes, I'm here. You know what I love about the Navy? I've told everybody this in my life. I love the way they call each other Mr. So-and-so. And that's the thing that they do. Mr. Peterson, Mr. Anderson, Mr. Frankfurt. Mr. Anderson, take your men and go downstairs. Yes, sir, Mr. Peterson. And I think that is just... My dad always said that the Navy were the gentlemen of the military. They were the ones that were the pretty boys that were always dressed up nice. And, the rugrats, the knotheads are the Marines. What do you want?
I don't know. What do you got?
I don't know. What do you got? What do you got?
Nothing catching.
Really? Me either. So, how's it out? Is it raining where you're at, Doo-Doo Head?
It's starting to, yeah.
Is the wind blowing? Can you hear the rustle of the leaves?
No, I do not hear the me of the leaves.
So what's going on? Why did you call me, Laszlo? Let me get on your level. Hold on just a second. Let me get on your level here. Why did you call me? Wait a minute. Why did you call me, Laszlo? Listen to my voice now. I took off all the bay.
I called you so you would answer the phone.
And here I am answering the phone, Lazzy Pops. Now, what is going on with you? Were you paying attention to what I was talking about? Are you keeping up in your program?
No, I'm not keeping up in the program. I just got here. I've been busy doing things around the house here after I got home from the JOB.
That's weird. I never thought you'd have a JOB, to be honest with you.
I've had lots of JOBs in my life.
Yeah, well, Heather, I have to tell you what happened to Heather. Heather had a JOB, and she hated it. I mean, hated it. She's like, Mom, I hate these people. She worked for a Jewish doctor, and his wife ran the practice. She's like, all right, everybody. It was horrible. And I would say, Heather, don't quit your job. Don't quit your job. Well, she goes, Mom, I really want another job. So I take it upon myself to make her a resume. I go online, and I make 4 applications at places for Heather. She calls me last Wednesday. She goes, Mom, I got a new job today. She goes, I got a job offer. And I said, what? She goes, well, I had an interview, and I went in, and they hired me on the spot. And I said, are you serious? And she goes, yeah. And she goes, I told her I did that. And she goes, why did you do that? And I said, because you wanted a new job. And Philip goes, you are so fucking spoiled. I mean, that's just, is that her? Everybody kids her that she's spoiled rotten by me. You never wanted it for a thing in your life with your mom. I messed up my sound, Laszlo.
some parents treat their children better than other parents treat their children, and some people get jealous.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, should we talk about good?
That's not a bad thing.
Should we talk about good parenting? Can I tell them? Can I? Okay. Laszlo was doing some time one time on the Rock. All right, and his I love you, Laszlo. His mother called the warden and went in there and said, "Look, Laszlo's going to wear these shoes. Is it shoes, right?"
Yeah.
Okay. God dang, and they were like, well, "Lady, we issue some, some shower shoes." No. And then it was how hot was it in there? Like 100 and something, 130 degrees or something, and the fan went out, or what was it?
Yep.
The fan went out, and didn't your mom call up there and said, "Turn the fan on"? Now, that's a good mother. If you said you wanted a new job and your mother had the capability of getting on and doing those things, I bet you $5 that your mother would do that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep. And she was like, "I don't know." I said, "Hello?" And this lady goes, "Hi, Heather. I'm from so-and-so, and I've received your resume. Would you like to come in for an interview?" She goes, "Okay." And then she didn't talk to me because she was busy. And then she goes in the next day, nails the interview. They offer her the position. She accepts it. And she calls me. She goes, "Mom, did I get a new job?" It was so funny. It really was funny. But anyway, yeah, Laszlo.
Should happen.
Tell them the story of when you were on the inside and your mom. It's so cute. She loves the shit out of Laszlo. It's great.
Well, I was causing problems because I wasn't getting my way because I'm spoiled, and so I started causing problems the way that they can't really do anything about because it's all paperwork. It's what's the word? Administrational stuff. And all you have to do is find something they say they have to supply you with that they can't supply you with, and you have them. For me, I've got a strangely shaped foot. My heel is narrow. So you can't fit me in regular shoes. They have to be extra wide at the toe and extra narrow at the heel. And they just really don't make those for everybody. You have to have them custom made. Well, one of the rules there is that you will be issued a pair of state shoes. Well, they couldn't issue me a state shoes because, well, they couldn't fit me. So I started writing grievances, and they called up my mom, and they said, "Hey, he's causing problems here. You need to tell him to stop."
No, that's right. That's right. They called your mom. That's right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And she said, "Well, I've known him for a long time, and if you tell him a rule's a rule, he's going to stick to it whether you like it or not. The easiest way to get him to stop is give him some shoes." They said, "We're not going to give him those shoes." And she said, "Well, he ain't going to stop. I'm not going to make him. He's your problem right now. You tell him to stop." And the problem was they couldn't tell him to stop because that would be interfering with the grievance process, which is a big, big bad thing not to do. But yeah, the warden called my mom and said, "Please make him stop." And she said, "Please give him some shoes," and he will.
So, did your mom bring shoes up to the prison?
No, she wasn't allowed to bring anything to me. I had to deal with what I had, so I bought me some New Balance off a commissary.
Did you know that I found a website last night when I was doing some shopping, online shopping, that has Stan Smith tennis shoes. Stan Smith, which are usually $15 to $30 for $500. It was stupid. I've never seen anything. I can't imagine somebody wasting money like that, Laszlo. Laszlo, they had bags that were $29,800. A bag. Just like I carry. Some people call it a purse. I call it a bag. $29,000.
You know what I use for a purse at work?
What, a garbage sack?
I got one of them big Subway bags.
I knew it.
For like 4 or 5 sandwiches.
Well, you know what Philip uses for a backpack? He got a free backpack at the State Fair of Texas in the auto department, and that's his new backpack that he carries everywhere. And it has 2 little strings that hang over his back.
Yeah.
Anyway, but no, I just thought that was. I mean, I cannot. I mean, I just. Okay, let me ask you this: is it the same thing as my bag I carry right now cost $3,700? All right, this was 5, 6, 7 years ago. Are there people that say that they can't imagine spending $3,700? But I've never changed out of it, and it's a lifetime. It's got a lifetime guarantee on it. It's Louis Vuitton.
Well, some people have disposable income, and some people don't.
29,000. I don't know if I could do that, Leslie. I'm not kidding either.
Well, how about that purse that Oprah Winfrey went into the store and asked how much it is, and they said, you probably can't afford it.
Are you serious? I didn't know about that.
Yeah, well, he didn't know who Oprah Winfrey was.
Wow. And because she was black, he said that?
Uh-huh.
I never heard that story before. I do remember in Pretty Woman, which is one of my favorite movies, in Pretty Woman, when she's in the store the day before, dressed like a whore. She's in the doors the day before, dressed like a whore. That rhymed. And then they go, she goes, how much is this dress? And she goes, I'm pretty sure we don't have anything around here that you could afford. And so then he gives her his Visa card, and she goes into that same shop, and she goes, hey, guys, guess what? I'm fixing to go spend an unholy or an immoral amount of money next door, and because you were such a bitch, I'm not going to do it here. She goes, have a good day. That was funny. Uh-huh.
I like that movie.
I love that movie. It's a Cinderella story. Funny movie, too. You and I have been bumping heads on Facebook with feeling the same way about these Muslims.
Well, I don't have a problem with people of a faith. I have a problem with people of a stupid. If you're going to go kill people, you better get ready to be killed right back.
And especially in Texas, because you know what is our motto, Leslo? If you kill us, we will kill you back.
That's right.
We've got the reputation of that. That's why presidents don't drive around in open cars. You know, I never asked you before, who do you think was involved in the assassination of John F. Kennedy? Just asking.
A lot of people.
Oh, so there you go. Now, okay, what like just give me a couple. Just give me your 2-minute thesis over what happened to Kennedy.
John F. Kennedy wanted to put Susan B. Anthony on the coin, and basically that would have put the Federal Reserve out of quite a bit of money, because the Federal Reserve handles all the paper money, and the U.S. Mint, the Treasury Department, handles all the coinage. So you take all the dollar bills out of the system and replace them with coins. That's a lot of paper. That's a lot of paper. And
now, if you want to have somebody killed, it'll cost you. But if you've got the money, you can get it done. Is that what I'm thinking here?
Or the resources, yeah. It's kind of like when they almost got rid of the penny. It would have killed the zinc industry.
So did somebody assassinate Mr. Zink or something, or the man that wanted to do that, or what?
No. Fortunately, they proved by science and numbers and math that if you stopped making pennies, that the zinc industry would crash, and that would be a bad thing because we need zinc. We use it for lots of things.
Well, too bad. Can't they just cut back? Remember what John Wiley Price did to Victor for no reason at all, other than he said, I'm going to make an example out of you. And that was how he got, he was such a wimp. See, they launched in the year 2012. They were going to clean up the bond business in Dallas. All the bondsmen had all these outstanding forfeitures, millions upon millions upon millions. And it was because they were getting ready to do that bridge and all this kind of stuff. We knew what they needed. We knew what they needed it for. And so what I believe that was the beginnings of setting Vic up as a patsy here, because nobody else, everybody, all other 26 bail bond companies owed outstanding forfeitures. But when they went to get relicensed and they said, all right, Eddie Dees, do you have any outstanding forfeitures? No, Your Honor, I don't. Approved. Boom. Victor, do you have any outstanding forfeitures? No, sir. Wait a minute. We found 2 in Ellis County. Victor goes, well, I paid those. No, you just said that you didn't, and they had appealed them or something, and Victor had paid the attorney to take care of them, Steve Bell. They revoked his license over it, and all other 26 bondsmen. And see, here's the reason why. The year before, 2012 and 2011, John Wiley Price was getting ready to be reelected, and he knew that he was fixing to get busted by the FBI. And he made all the bail bondsmen around Dallas County. This is a fact, too. I can back all this up. He had his Kwanzaa Fest, which was his birthday party. You know, a 67-year-old man's having a birthday party. And all of them went, and this is online, and they kissed the ring of the great John Wiley Price and gave him a $5,000 donation for his election, except for us. It is pay to play. And let me tell you something. When you fought the law wins, because they put the hammer on Vic. Shut his bitch ass down. I mean, just lock the doors. We're like, what the fuck? This is our income. What are you doing? Wait, stop. What are you doing? But then it all, over a course of time, you know, over a year to 2 years, it worked out in a very positive way, because Victor wouldn't be back in that business in this county to save his life. It's the most rotten, stinking piece of crap. I mean, tell him how dirty, rotten John Wiley Price is, Mr. Laszlo P. Quagmire, attorney at law, MI Cervex.
Well, let's see. When I was living in California, you asked me about John Wiley Price, back on the BTR days, and I told you he's a crooked sumbitch.
You know, they say he's going to get life in federal penitentiary.
Well, I don't want to have to pay for it.
Yes, I'm John Wiley Price, prisoner number 50506669, and I'm tending to run this bitch now that I'm in here. No, I don't think you are, because there's going to be some mean brothers in there. You know what I mean? Someone out in the yard going, hey, look at this guy. And he's an old man. Did you know that he backed up his court date, John, Laszlo, till December of 2016? Now,
well, maybe on my birthday.
What he did on Victor was a little bit ridiculous. I mean, that is so controlled up there with the underbelly. I mean, Dallas County is rotten to the core, Laszlo, right now. I mean, rotten to the core. Man, they got so many under deals going. I mean, you can buy anything up there. And when Victor filed for injunction against the Dallas Bail Bond Board, he landed in a case. He landed in a court that was sweet. He said, we couldn't have landed in a better court. Because when you file a case, it's just like a spin of the wheel. Well, did you know, Laszlo, that a Dallas County commissioner, just commissioner, can just randomly pull a case from a court and put it in another court? Did you know that, Laszlo?
No.
And what do you think happened? Victor got a notice one day. Your court is being transferred to one of John Wiley Price's buds. Interesting, huh?
File for change of venue.
Oh, that's all. Oh, we did, and they denied it. I mean, we fought it tooth and nail. And when he went in for his final hearing, they didn't even listen to anything that he had to say. They just went. They're like, "Are you done? Okay, just denied."
Yeah, I had that happen with the locals down here.
Really? They don't like you? Don't answer that.
No, the second city council meeting I went to, three of the 5 city council members were indicted.
Oh, shit. They're so sorry.
Well, they shouldn't have let me ask them questions.
What did you say?
I just asked them a simple question. They were going to buy some used police cars from, Orange, Texas? And I asked them, I said, isn't it going to cost us a lot of money to have all these police radios rechanneled to our channels? And one of them says, well, we thought that this and blah, blah, blah. I said, wait a minute, this is new business. What do you mean we thought? Have you been discussing this before it's come up in front of the council?
Now, wait a minute. You should have said what Adam's family said. He goes, old business before new business. Remember in the Addams Family movie?
Oh, yeah.
It's a funny movie. Sorry, I'll go back on mute.
I love that movie.
It's a very, 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 very funny movie that my daughter and I just, it's one of those things that we just kind of live by. You know, she'll say a line and I'll answer the line. She'll go, Wednesday. No, wait. She'll go, Mom, pass the salt. Wednesday, what do we say? Wednesday goes, now. And then when they go to the psychiatrist, she goes, but then comes that little black monster. And the dad goes, Pugsley. She goes, no, guilt. And then he goes, but it was an accident. I loved my mother.
So true.
I know. You know, Mother made me start. I started smoking at 3. Mom insisted. Anyway, sorry. It's funny. Raul, what's his name? Raul something?
Julia?
Yes, he died. Damn, it's funny.
You know, the first movie I saw him in was it Cannonball Run?
I don't believe I've ever seen that. But, you know, every time Mr. in that movie says, have you seen this? I always say no. But I've seen a lot of movies. So I guess what I do is I watch the same movies over and over again.
Oh, no, it was Gumball Rally.
Gumball Rally. I don't believe I'm familiar with that.
Gumball Rally was the original Cannonball Run. It had
Goldie Hawn,
Michael Sarrazin, who else was in it? It's older. You'd like it. You would enjoy it. It's a trip from New York to Long Beach. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm adjusting the volume of you. I think I've got it fixed better now.
Well, I've got to be at work at 10:30 in the morning.
Laszlo, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, dear. Always. You are a blast from the past that makes me laugh.
Well, I enjoy making people laugh, so I get naked often.
Shut up, Laszlo. All right, Precious. Thank you for calling in, and keep in touch and watch out for the Muslims.
Absolutely. They
All right.
Watch out for me.
Absolutely. Bye, Laz. Laszlo P. Quagmire, attorney at law, Esquire. No, wait. Laszlo P. Quagmire, Esquire, attorney at law at your cervix. Oh, what a nerd. What a nerd. He's a funny, nerdy guy. He really is. He's funny. He really is. He's really, really funny. So that's it. I'm going to get out of here and go see what damage has been done downstairs because Heather was leaving and I wasn't down there. I went to the news guy's show. I said, Heather, can I go upstairs and go to the news guy's show? And she goes, is he mean? No. Well, I don't know. Well, no. And so am I too loud? So I was talking to, I sound loud in my ears. I was talking to Andy Bong earlier. And he starts reading what the Jew's saying to him in Skype. He goes, Andy, the Jew says, Andy, don't believe Debbie. She is a liar. She does not speak to the news guy. And I go, really? Really? All right, Andy, I'm going to do a screen share with you. I went to the screen share. Andy goes, I can see it. And I said, I hate this cough. And Andy goes, he was reading the, I need to go to the doctor, I think. Should I go to the doctor? I don't feel good. I mean, I feel okay, but I just feel all phlegmy. I need to stop this. Anyway, okay. And he starts reading, I let him read just a couple of little paragraphs where it said, no, you didn't. And he goes, I'll be dang, she does. She talks to the news guy. And I said, yeah, so anyway, so much for that lie, Jew. La, 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 la. My dad used to go, la, 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 la. That's it, you weirdos. So get out of my chat room. Go home. Wait a minute. Stop. Stop. Off. I know. I'm going to go. I know. But see, I'm sideways. I'm turned sideways. That didn't make any sense to you guys. All right. So for me and Derek and Laszlo P. Quagmire, Esquire, attorney at my Cervex, we will go out tonight with a lovely song that I have picked out just a special for you. I'm going to sing. Hell, I don't want to be Kitty Wells. I want to be Hank Williams. I was talking about Sweet Dreams to Heather. Why was I telling her that today? Oh. She was talking about getting married and having a lot of money first. I said, well, Heather, what most people do is that they get married, then they make it. The in-laws will kind of help them. It's kind of like that's what you do. And she was like, well, I don't know. And I said, when my mom had me, my father was not home, and she had to, she stayed temporarily with, I don't remember, her mother, my mother, her grandmother, or anyway, you know what I'm saying. And then she got a job working at the newspaper, making $4.20 an hour. And when my father got out of the war, whatever it was, the Marines, the military, he didn't have anything to do, and then they just built it up, and I said, you can reference Sweet Dreams. And she goes, oh yeah, that's right. And in Sweet Dreams, she goes, I'm going to sing something especially just for you. And then there's another time when her manager, Randy, goes, you want to be Kitty Wells. And she goes, hell no, I want to be Hank Williams. Anyway, and then they were playing this song that was going, crazy, I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. And she goes, I can't sing the man's song. Victor cracks up when I talk like that. I can't sing the man's song, Randy. You don't have to. Make it your own. And then her manager said, I came to see you one night and you were just yodeling and having fun, but when you stopped and you belted out that song, it reached, it really touched me. She goes, I want to reach right down and grab people by the heart. And that's what I think music does. Did I just bloviate for, how long have I been talking? I love to jack with you people. So the news guy, one more drama. It's not about... The news guy was talking to the Jew today. Jew calls in, harump, 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 harump. Oh, she who shall not be named. Harump, 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 harump. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Harump, harump, harump. And so he goes, well, it's like this. It's like she's almost 60 years old, and she's got to be just getting haggard looking, all wrinkled and everything. And I'm sure that's really hard to do, news guy. Well, I don't know, Jew. I've seen some pretty recent videos of her, and quite frankly, she looks pretty good, to be honest with you. Well, whatever. And I was like, kaboom! Kaboom! That really sounded stupid, didn't it? I'm getting off this thing as soon as I can find a song to get rid of you guys with. So here we go. This goes out to you, Jew Blue. This goes out to Little Big You. And yes, first of all, I know Celtic is weird. And by the way, I've got the complaint line for you to call Poison Control, everybody. Now, if you prank call Poison Control, which it was the one in Northern California where kids don't choke, and if they do, they don't care. Poison Control is a privately owned company. It's not. That's the federal government. We got to be able to get her busted on that. Poison Control Hotline is a room full of people that are going, Poison Control. And the Jews, this guy, he's all bajiggity about it. It's the American Association of Poison Control Centers. It's not the federal government. It's just shut up. Keep going. All right. This is dedicated to you, and I'll see you mullets the next time I do this train wreck. Wait a minute. This is dedicated to the Jew. And I'll see you angels later. Yeah. Oh, top. Oh, you have no idea. Wait a minute. Stop. You can tell everyone I'm a damn disgrace. Drag my name all over the place. I don't care anymore. I'm doing chat room shout-outs with the banjo. No, you're not either. Stop, bad dog. Stop right there in your tracks. Stop. Stop. It's time for chat room shout-outs. Mad Dog says, I'm out of here. Polly B goes, good night, Mad Dog. Have a good night. Steve rushes, good night to all. And then the news guy says, this is my favorite song. And I'm favorite song. I looked up at Mr. Whitehead's song. There's something wrong with me. You know? Don't forget the speakers. The one angry Jew. Let's see what all she was saying. Let's see what he was going. I just don't think. Okay, I'll play it just one time. One time, boys. We've got 4 of them I think we can play. Unless they're in the trash. I threw a lot of stuff away. Did I throw it away? Yeah, I think I did. Rats. Oh, I forgot to play you. I forgot to play this drop for you idiots. Hold on. Oh, this is great. This is really great. Okay, I'm going to play this for you first before we leave. This is something that I saw today on YouTube. That's my left hand playing. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Crossed the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Trouble I've had my share, man. I mean, it's obvious I never learned how to play it. Victor comes home. See, anything I say I want. I said, I want a ukulele. Wouldn't that be funny? Next day he comes home with a ukulele. And I've been everywhere. I've been to Reno. Anyway, sorry. Shut up. Shut up. Allie Top. What a maroon. She's such a badass. She's one of those girls that's badass, good looking. Allie Top got bullied last night in the Beast's room. I'm going to get killed for this. And I saw what the she-beast had wrote. She said a lot of ugly things that I tweeted on Twitter because I believe that mean people should be exposed. Huh? How about that? Top that, bitch. How about that?
What
There's something wrong with me. I totally forgot what I was doing. It's just like, don't drink and drive, people. Y'all know I don't drink. Anyway, of course I don't. But I remember I told y'all I had some new things to play that I downloaded today. And I just went back to playing the closing song. Anyway, so what was I going to show you guys? Okay. I downloaded a couple of things here. I downloaded this. This is just sometimes how I feel on this network.
Bernard, I want you to know that I try. When Jean and the kids at the school tell me that I'm supposed to control my violent temper and be passive and nonviolent like they are, I try. I really try. But when I see
people getting bullied on the network, people calling me names and slandering and lying about everybody.
And when I see this boy
People calling CPS on my daughter.
sprawled out by this big ape here. And this little girl, who is so special to us that we call her God's little gift of sunshine.
That was his daughter in real life.
And I think of the number of years she's going to have to carry in her memory the savagery of this idiotic moment of yours. I just go berserk.
That's right, boys and girls. Aunt Debbie goes berserk. I always say to Vic, you know, I really try. I try to overlook the I try to overlook, all that. And I try. I really try. I really, really try. But when it starts building, and I have people that I really care about, like Mr. White or Stabby, over there just listening to this this word vomit, this word, I wouldn't say napalm because that's what Triple M does, but word bleh, just this, that her tears were all fake. I know I'm going to get killed, but I don't care. That her little brother committed suicide because of her. And she ran over that little boy's dog. And then I see picking on other people, and I try, and I grit my teeth, but I just go berserk. I just want to I just let it build. My mom says, boy, Debbie, let some of that steam out. Deb, let some of that steam out. Come on. And this is the opening line to that movie, and I think this is just brilliant. This goes along with what we're going through here today in this country.
I knew he'd find us.
Morning, Billy. You're illegally on Indian land.
Well, I'm sorry about that. I guess we just got caught up in the chase and crossed over without knowing it.
You're a liar.
We got the law here, Billy Jack.
When policemen break the law, then there isn't any law.
When policemen break the law, what is wrong with my settings? I've got this all screwed up. When policemen break the law, there isn't any law. You know what I mean? There's only blah, just garbage, And I do believe that we have some police breaking the law. Now, one of the things that was said last night to my friend was, and I'm going to expose this, from Infotainment News. Allie loves dogs of all ages. Lol, in her bee costume. Okay? Then she also said this. I want to show y'all what this beast does. Shillbilly had asked something about her going out with Chris. And she answers, "No, Shill, it's a father and daughter special." Lol. Then she said, the last one that I tweeted to expose this. I hope you're ready for this one. Just remember whose cock wiped himself off inside that young cunt meat. And this is a mother up at 6 o'clock in the morning with her supposed school children fixing to get ready to go to school. Give me a break. Just remember whose cock wiped himself off inside that young cunt meat. Are you kidding me? Who would say that? What kind of a person would say that to somebody? I mean, don't get me wrong. This person, I'm teaching this person, I don't know if she'll listen to me, but that kind of hate, that just bounces right off of you. It doesn't bother you. And if it doesn't bother her, which apparently it doesn't, she can just lie at the drop of a hat. Just lie at the drop of a hat. Just boom. Debbie, call my kids. Debbie, do this. Had to change my phone number 20 times. I mean, haven't I proven last night when I played those voicemails from her when she was going, "Hi, Debbie, it's me. Listen, I was wondering if you'd like for me to call some of those trolls for you and I could get them to talk and record them because you know what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm trying to do." I never called her back, ever. I even proved it with my Sprint cell phone list. You know what I mean? I darked out all the numbers except, and there was nothing on there to her. Nothing from Vic either. She calls me. She Skypes me. She wants me back on her show. How can I put this? Really sweet. When pigs fly, I'm going to say, when pigs fly, and I think you could probably make that happen a little bit quicker than anybody else. So yeah, are you kidding me? So that, see, and somebody said to me, why does she get under your skin? You want to know the truth? This is exactly what I said today. Because I am obsessed, and my passion in life is honesty. Now, I don't care if she would just go on there and be truthful. Just say what's truthful. She should be more like Dr. Herpington. When Dr. Herpington got taken, they drove for 7 hours to a shrink, and the shrink looks at Herp and he goes, "Benjamin, why don't you like this woman?" He said, "I don't know. I just don't like her." So you're set out to wreck her life? Yeah. Just don't like her. Instead of making up all this crap, you know, I did this, I did that, I call her, I Skype. She even said last night that she put a cease and desist letter out on me. I'm going, what? Does it ever stop with you? Go away. Give it up. It's been 5 years. It's not going to work. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, she's attacked Steve Rush, my daughter, my husband. It's just, please stop. I mean, you're not bothering me, but what are you doing to yourself? Oh, Debbie, don't lie. It's bothering you. What bothers me about it is the injustice of it all. Lying and saying that my daughter was pregnant at 17. And there's people that are believing this. I believe she needs a straitjacket too. Private anonymous message giver. And I mean, I can make a list. Debbie loves black men. Debbie's had an affair. Debbie slept with FRD. Debbie Debbie lost her house. Debbie lost her business. I didn't lose my house. I sold my house. It's called selling a house. Then we got another one. Debbie, I knew she was going to harm you. That's what we were laughing at today. Debbie did a webcam show for young boys. Debbie did, that's 10 off the top of my head. 10. And I just think that's pathetic. And this has been going on. If it was a couple of months, I never would say anything. 5 years. 5 years. Duh. The only thing she could say about me that would be true. I'm not going to feed her ammunition. She could say she's kind of arrogant. She made a real bad mistake when she sold that Toyota Avalon. She spoils Heather. Come on, people. Just be honest. She bleaches her hair. Come on, just be honest with your hate. Don't resort to lying. You better be careful with that, man, because that is passing false witness against your neighbor. And I am not your neighbor, but you know what I'm saying. All right, I'm out of here. I'll shut up. I'm serious. I will. I'll shut up. Mr. White, I'm doing a backup. Did you hear what I said about John Denver, how she just goes, fly away, like that? That's all I'm just going to try to do is I'm just going to back you up just a little bit with something because I just love your singing and your voice. You are super cool. And let me play that song that I'm going to back him up on. I love this freaking song. I know every word of this song. And then I'm going to play that one to the Jew. And again, Ghost said it best. It's not that I don't like Jews. I don't like the one angry Jew. And when you insult a Jew, you say Jew stuff. Right? Oh, I'm okay, whatever. I'm bye.
Our cars are running, but
from my Mika show. Start with C. West. Enjoy the show.